Hey everybody, hope you're all going well. We're in Discord, ready to come and talk about the DaviddTech strategies and all the other strategies that we're building. Going to be also talking to some guys from Binance who are going to be displaying and going through their platform. Let me go over to the screen, say hello before going straight over to Discord. Still getting over my croaky voice here, but hopefully everything will be fine. Going to turn on Discord so everybody can hear me as well.
Like premium, or it's enough for, let's say, stay with Pro or Pro Plus?
You're, let's say that with premium you're getting like the most
There's already a conversation going on, as you can hear.
limited alerts. Not really unlimited, but for a very long time. With Pro, I believe you are very limited on the alerts and also the availability time. Better check, they have like a table on which you compare each plan, so better do check that.
Hi everybody. Hope you're all going
Hello,
well.
David.
How you going?
Very good, yourself?
Yeah, very well. Very, very well. Starting to get a little bit better. Starting to get my voice back. So that means I can bore you all whilst talking again, which is good. Well, it's good for me. I'm not sure it's so good for you, but anyway. How's everybody going?
Very well.
Good. Not sure why William's still in the other chat. I'll send him a message as well. So I'll just wait a couple of minutes, see if anybody comes in, and I'll go through all the updates. And we've got Panics coming in as well. If anybody's got any questions before I start, quite happy to answer them. Been doing things like Botify, MKV666. Happy birthday to you. A little bit late, but happy
Thank
birthday.
you so much, David. The best present is the update that you just released. I'm so hyped.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Did you have a nice one? Nice birthday?
Oh, sure. It was great. Lots of surprises, but the one that you did is the one that I'm really excited for. And I just gave it a quick try, and I can confirm I can long and short within the same script, which is amazing.
That's great. I wanted to get it out before the stream today to discuss with you. We kept missing each other on live streams, I think, after in the evening times. I wanted to get it up and loaded so that you could test it and give me your feedback. What I'll do now is I'll start adding things like the confluence that you spoke about, but I wanted to get that bit up and loaded so that you can at least try it and give it a go. I'm glad it's working.
Yeah, it works. It works exactly as I wanted it to. I can also add a couple of suggestions, because right now what you can do is you can like code per se one long minus one short and etc. What would be really cool is if you can also add to that per se another function for the close of the trade per se. So I can also add in my script like 3 close long, 4 close short, and etc. I also found a script that implements that. I can share with you, and you can directly see the code. So it's going to be a bit easier for you to also do that. If, of course, if you decide to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Like I said, it was a bit hard to get back to it because I made it a while ago and it was trying to configure all the code to the boilerplate. It's not quite on boilerplate 5 yet. They're still missing things like DCA and things like that. But getting back to it, as I said, I was quite excited when building it, and it didn't get the number of users I was expecting, so it sort of got left on the side. But now I hope that a couple of people will use it, because I do believe that, like yourself, is that it is a very powerful tool, and now it's even better.
It is. Right now, I can actually use it for like 50% of the things that I usually do, and it's really easy to even like get an indicator that you're not familiar with and give it a quick test. It's fantastic. Like, a great job. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for all the suggestions. Sorry it took a bit longer. Sorry I kept missing you when you were in the chats and things like that in the evening. But we finally get there, and so hopefully we'll manage to get some time to talk to each other and add the extra features on that you want as well.
Thank you so much. I was away for a couple of days, holidays and stuff. You know
Cool.
how it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now I'm here for good. So whenever you have some time, just hit me up. I'll be really happy to get this going.
Okay. Personally, what I do is I code. I do set support on Discord videos and things that through. I'm going to talk in London times. If you want, I'll send you my times afterwards. What I do is I do support and videos and things like that during the day, and then I code until about 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you just get into the AMA or one of the channels, and if I see you in there, I'll jump in there and talk to you. No problem whatsoever.
Sure. I'll be there like all the time. So whenever you have the time, just hit me up.
Okay, cool, fantastic. I'll send you the time zones and things like that.
Thank you so much, David. Once again.
No problem. Hi, everybody. We were just talking about Botify, which is one of the older indicators that I made, which allows you to convert any trading indicator on TradingView into a strategy. I'll go through it a bit later and about the updates and everything that I brought to it. Hope everybody's going well. What I do is I'll go through the normal bits and bobs like the disclaimer and all of that kind of thing and the updates, and then we've got a guest in today from Binance who's going to be talking about their platform and which I think is pretty cool because it also brings a simpler way of installing some of the DaviddTech strategies to anybody who doesn't really want to do the sort of optimization and things like that. They also offer other things as well, but they're going to go through all of that. So I'll very quickly go through the disclaimer. As always, we're not in the slightest a trading guru group nor a signal group or anything like that. We are here to try and debunk strategies, find great strategies together as a community, not a financial advisor. Also, if you're on the stream, we are streaming directly to YouTube and Twitch. So if you're going to share anything, please be careful of your credentials. And if you don't want to... Oh, sorry about this. Got background noise going on. We've got we are sorry, I just lost my line of thought there. We are sort of streaming towards Twitch and YouTube, so if you are sharing your screen, please be careful of any credentials or anything. Welcome to everybody that comes every week. Welcome to everybody that's coming in, new users as always, to the group. If you do have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to interrupt me. As always, all questions at any time are welcome, and I'm sure it'll be the same for when Binance coming in. If you've got any questions about their platform or anything that they are offering, please don't hesitate at any time to answer. We are a community, and that's how it works here, so please don't hesitate to answer. Today, going to go through very quickly because I've got about, I think it's about half an hour, isn't it, Vlad, until Binance start, I believe. About 30 minutes. I'm going to go through it. Yeah, about that. I think that noise meant yes. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm incorrect, but my mic kind of cut.
So I'm going to go through all of the fixes. So we've finally found the problem with the margin in the some use cases. It wasn't for everybody, but some user cases for the margin #margin. It's something that I built a long time ago, and also the same sort of problem with the Botify. Nobody really used it, and I kind of knew the power of it myself and used it quite a lot myself. Not a lot of people used it in some of the, so it sort of got put to the back of the list. Then suddenly we started finding a bit of utility for it and finding it quite impressive and useful. And there was a couple of the indicators that had a couple of bugs with it. Managed to sift out the ones that have, I believe, I'm going through all of them at the moment with William to find out, but I believe that we now have all of the margins sorted, so they're working. You can see the ones that have been updated. They will continue to be updated. We're going to be updating to version 5 very shortly anyway. Version 5, the only thing I'm trying to do is add DCA to it so that you can DCA your positions in a little bit better, a little bit easier. Just like you can with the static bots inside of Trigger Trade. I'm trying to do that as well for the DaviddTech strategies. an offer then later. Somebody showed me some dynamic versions of DCA and things like that, being able to add those on a later date as well. But yeah, so that's now fixed. So I hope that's good with everybody for their trading strategies. I know that Mason's come up with a couple of trading strategies with the margin activated. So, and I think that's where most of the enthusiasm comes for that part of the indicator. So hopefully that's fixed for those strategies now. Does anybody have any questions about margin?
Make sure you also turn on your screen share, David.
Ah, thank you, Vlad. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Right. I'm not going to go through. I've streamed it through YouTube. I won't do the disclaimer and everything again. Let me share my screen. I believe that's the right screen. Let me have a look. Yes, that screen there. So yeah, the margin's fixed. Just went through this and said that's what I'm going to go through. The margin, hashtag margin, is now fixed with this video here, which is the indicator double your trading profits. I'm trying to put all of these into a website, which is this one here, members.david.tech. So everybody can find everything a little bit easier. There's lots of things in here. There's going to be all of the free stuff and the deals that we're managing to get with everybody, because we're starting to get quite a few now. There's quite a few like the free stuff that you can get with DaviddTech that you couldn't get before. Well, you could get before. I mean, we sponsor a couple of projects here, and we're getting free stuff for you guys as well. So I'm going to try and improve on that. And then I'm going to try and add these indicators here, like this one here, which I consider quite important when I built them. And that way you can find them and find the explanation of them before. Now this is inside of the DaviddTech strategies, is this one here, is all behind everything that you'll find in this dynamic positioning here. This bit here, the dynamic algo. Now that video there explains everything behind it. So, and why you would use the margin, hashtag margin, inside of the trigger trade or Alertatron or anything like that. So that's now fixed and working. If there's any that you do find that don't work, please don't hesitate to send me a message and I will update those ones as well. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about, is this members area here. There's going to be live streams. All of the live streams are recorded in here directly, put into a calendar, so you'll be able to find them. You'll be able to find the calendar for people like Kevin Davey. Kevin Davey is going to be coming back once a month, which is pretty cool. A champion trader, algo trader. His last stream was brilliant as far as I'm concerned. Went through a lot of information. He's going to do something slightly different to his first stream, because his first stream he went through very much his algo trading sort of ideas. Well, no, the same, but he went through a global like overview. In the future streams, he's going to take one idea like how to correctly use Monte Carlo or something like that, I guess. And he's going to take that one idea, develop that idea inside the platform, go through it all, and then once he's finished that, he'll go through an AMA session, very much like myself, and spend like an hour to an hour and a half talking to you guys about anything on algo trading. So we're very lucky to have him part of the group once a month. Very excited about that myself. So all of that you'll be. Sorry, yes. Hi, Marco. How you going, mate?
No problem. Good afternoon. About the margin, you said you fixed it.
Yes.
Is that depending on the strategy, or are less popular strategies also working?
The very, very old scripts I haven't updated. I haven't even looked through the very old ones, like the boilerplate 3. Boilerplate 4, I've started updating them today. And the very, very new ones I've updated that I know that a lot of people are trying to update and use. I've been updating those first of all. I will continue updating them all as I go along throughout the day today. But I have fixed them all internally.
Can we know if they are fixed and working before we setting them live? Like we have strategies like super trend works, beast mode.
I put them in. I put it in the notes, in the update notes, that I've fixed them.
Okay, but normally I never get emails till today.
4-year fiber.
Okay.
He said he never had issues. Oh, has a date on it.
Yeah.
Hello, David, are you there? Oh.
No, you don't get no emails from.
Yeah, till
okay.
today. It's today for the first time since a lot of months.
Okay, that's cool. That's good news.
But only for 2 strategies.
Only for 2 strategies. Okay, I think
Only whole strategy and super.
FMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only those 2. But all my other strategies that are favorites, I never received messages, and also not today. So I don't know how we can know if they will be updated.
Well, I have the old Monday board. What I'll do is I'll send an email out to everybody with the ones that I've updated, so that you can see the ones that I've updated.
Okay, and I saw a message about the multi-time frame versions.
Yes.
You checked that already or not yet?
What have I checked about it? I don't know.
William wrote that you or he or both were going to check if it was working for those strategies.
Oh, I checked into the. Sorry,
I've set up. So all the V4 strategies have been tested. I've checked all the margins on that one. So V4 with boilerplate of version 4.0.7, fully tested. MTF, I've just set up alerts about just when I sent out the message about quarter an hour ago. I've tested FVMA with boilerplate version 5 built in, and that's working correctly. So I'm just testing out the MTFs to make sure that everything's working correctly on those ones now.
So if I correctly understand it, you're going to check the multi-time frame versions 4 also to see if they're working.
I'll be testing the MTFs versions throughout the next couple of hours, and I'll post it up afterwards.
So the idea is that William's testing them all one by one. The ones that aren't working, he's forwarding to me, and I'm updating the code so that they get updated. I've updated. I think I've updated more than 2. Definitely updated more than 2. So hopefully you'll start receiving the emails shortly. And if you don't, I will just put a screenshot inside the general chat of the ones that I've updated inside of the Monday table.
Yeah, that will be great. Because do you have an idea why it suddenly stopped a lot of months? Why we not receive email updates from TradingView?
Why I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sure it isn't because I've got so many strategies that when I update them, they send so many emails out that people may have said that there's too many emails from David. Because you're not the only person that said to me that there is no emails from David except for new strategies. So I don't know, Marco. I'll send them an email. Okay. I have got a contact in TradingView. I'll send them an email to find out.
Yeah, will be great. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So like I said, I'm going to put all of the DaviddTech tools in here so you can find all of them easy. You'll be able to find all the courses that I'm working on, whether it's learning Pine script, building your own boilerplate, Algo Trading 101, which you can already got access to inside of Teachable, although I'm adding many more videos to that one. The Optimiser, I haven't really added any more videos to, but I'm just importing it here so you can find it easier. You'll be able to find my stupid ideas and wonderful ideas like Baby David AGI, the top traders and things like that, just like I call the lab, which are just ideas that are all open source, trying to find maybe a different edge in the marketplace using things like ChatGPT and things like that. So they're the kind of things that I'm working on. My main aim through the whole of this month and part of last month is to try and get everything so that it's much easier and organized so everybody can find things. It's not that it is unorganized inside of Discord because there's just so much information that things keep getting go missing because there is so much and so many messages. The questions are often the same, which isn't anybody's fault other than the messages keep getting moving up as people talk, which is totally normal part of the flow. So I'm trying to build it so that you can find the videos easy, because most of the questions I've done loads of videos about, and loads of live streams and things like that. So, and things like Kevin Davey, it'd be nice to have it in a place where you can find it, because it's valuable information, and it'll be nice to be able to find it instead of it just getting lost inside the Discord. There's other things like books that I'm reading and things like that about algo trading and things like that, in case you want to find some more stuff about algo trading.
Looks great.
Thanks. Makes it a little bit more organized. It's cool to be able to find things a bit easier, I hope. And then I've got Trigger Trade, as I said. William's going through, as Marco just said a minute ago, he's going through all of the strategies one by one, adding them all to TradingView, testing the margin. Like I said, it was something that wasn't used particularly before, so it wasn't really something that we picked up on as a bug as such. So now that a lot more people are now using it, it's obviously come up that some of the strategies don't have the actual hashtag margin in there. Not sure why, but some people it actually really did work for, and some didn't. But I managed to remove the bug anyway. I think it was because of a drop down that deactivated the margin. It's 100% sure working now, so that's cool. Yep, well, that's it really for those, for Williams bits and bombs. As you know, I had a couple of developers in to try and rebuild Williams' platform. Fortunately, never really found, as they say in France, a shoe to my foot as a developer. If anybody is a developer and they're looking for a bit of freelance work, I put a couple of ads inside a Discord as well, looking for a couple more developers. But for the time being, what I'm doing is I'm working, rebuilding everything for Williams platform. So myself, to try and make it so that he can easily add other platforms, if you will, and also just making sure things like DCA works, making sure things like trading stop losses work if it's possible, things like that. Not everything is absolutely possible, as you know. It's the idea behind Trigger Trade was security and speed. So that unfortunately takes away some of the features that are in the boilerplate, but there are plenty of other platforms like Alertatron, things like that. If you're looking to if you want your P&L up on the screen and things like that, there's loads of other things out there. This is just an alternative to go fast, getting fast entries. As for
Quick question.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I understood you. Have you checked the trailing take profit and trailing stop loss, if they work on Trigger Trade, or will you going to fix them, or what can you tell about it? And also about the force close, if price is crossing a moving average.
Yeah, this is the reason that I've decided to recode Williams platform is because of the force close and things like that. The trading stop loss works in some cases. It isn't really because, like I said, when we took on trading Trigger Trade, the trading stop loss it relies on the alerts from TradingView. And that's not something that I really feel comfortable with myself as an algo trader. I prefer everything to be coded in now, thanks to a lot of the exchanges now having their own algorithms for trailing stop losses. Some of them we can actually trigger a trailing stop loss that could work directly inside the exchange. So that, for me, it's a little bit more safe than relying on the force close. Where they aren't available, the force close will work. So all of those I'm recoding so that so everything works perfectly as it should. Well, as well as it can. Like I said, like I just said a second ago, Trigger Trade was built for speed and for the speed of the entry, and also the security. It's a different system. It doesn't have every single feature inside of the boilerplate because when it was built all that time ago, it just wasn't built to fit all of those, and isn't the only solution out there. So it's meant to be free for the members. It's meant to be fast and fast and secure, but doesn't offer every single feature of the boilerplate because it's impossible for the way that it's built. I am always trying to improve it. That's why I'm looking at how to install the trading stop losses directly into the exchange. So that's really the reply that I've got for the moment, Marco.
How are the implementations going? Like, for example, Bybit.
Bybit is going extremely well. Like I said to Vlad earlier, ChatGPT has been absolutely fantastic, but it's also been a pain in the bum because it's now turned every freelancer.com advert into a developer. So sifting through the developers that aren't really developers nowadays is quite hard. So it had its great time where I absolutely love ChatGPT myself. But now everybody and their dog and their cat are developers on freelancer.com and or for even Upwork and all the other ones. And when you interview them, their code looks absolutely wonderful, and then all of a sudden they get in and they don't know, you get bug after bug. And like I said to William earlier, I'm spending more time debugging things and rewriting the things that developers have sent to me than I am actually developing it myself. So I might as well spend the time developing it myself. And the development, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely, as far as I'm concerned as a developer, I don't want to blow my own trumpet or anything, but it's going extremely well. I'm very happy with the way that the code looks. It's very easy to read, tidy, fast, secure, and so I hope that the new version will please everybody to the best of my ability.
Do you mean with the new version?
It will be a new version, totally new version. You won't be able to see anything because you won't have to change anything. It will just be implemented. But yes, it will be a new version with things. There won't be many changes except for things will work faster and better. That's all.
You mean a new version for trigger trade?
Yes, trigger trades, back end. You won't be able to see any changes in the front end. It's just the back end.
Okay. And then can we expect that trailing take profit and stop loss, ignore wicks and force close will work for Bybit?
Absolutely. Whether it has to rely on TradingView's triggers, that's to see in the future. They work, but like I said, I don't like myself, but this is just my personal opinion, relying all on TradingView's signals, but they will work with that. I'm looking for alternatives at the moment so that it will work without the trigger from TradingView, without the alert from TradingView. So I'm looking for alternatives for that.
And when can we approximately expect them work?
The only thing that I'm doing is adding code, like you just said, for the trailing stop loss. Currently, I'm just finishing the Telegram integration. But other than that, everything else is completely finished. The good thing is that I've built it on a complete framework that I've built from A to Z, which means that I can easily implement other platforms as well within minutes, hopefully, because I've literally taken the code and made it very much like the boilerplate, so that I can easily integrate other platforms as well. So it'll be very soon. It'll be, I hope, very good for everybody, and everybody will be happy with it.
So
have you tried considering connecting to MetaTrader 4?
Have I considered to connecting to MetaTrader 4? It was a platform that we were looking to build a plugin for Chrome for. I haven't looked enough into it. We have spoken quite a lot about it before with other users. I've tried to find developers to do it. As myself building it, it's something that I won't be building for a while, but we have looked at building a plugin for Chrome to be able to connect. Sorry, Mark, are you about to ask another question, I think?
Yes, no problem, David. What I say? You said, okay, probably it's working soon for the ignore wicks, etc.
Yes.
But
this
then
month.
this month.
Yeah.
That's great. But with ignore wicks, we still rely probably on TradingView.
Yes, you will rely on for those things. I was talking about trading stop losses. Sorry, for ignore wicks, you have to rely on the alerts from TradingView.
Can't we change that? That we don't rely on the exchange with that feature.
The only thing that I thought of doing is putting a stop loss, because there's this, even though there is it removes the stop loss, it almost becomes like a double stop loss, because there is still a stop loss in there. Like if you're at 3% with your soft stop loss where you have to close below, then you have a hard stop loss if it wicks below 5%, for example. That hard stop loss will still be able to be encoded into the exchange, but the soft stop loss will still rely on TradingView.
Is it not similar to what Simon and Ben have in their strategies, or not? Because I thought that there's everything on the exchange.
No idea. I have no idea. Most probably. I don't really look at their communities.
Because that can be an option to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have a look. I honestly don't look much at their communities, to be honest.
You know,
my mental health. But I will have a look. No problem.
Okay. Elsa, let me know. I can share probably more info.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Marco.
Hey, by the way, guys, being an everyday user of Bybit for a long time and using ignore wicks in almost all of my strategies, I can confirm that Bybit's functionality, the website functionality, does not, sadly, offer the ignore wicks function. So I don't know if it's possible to use the function without the TradingView signals, and probably not. Sadly, but probably not.
Yeah, it's the problem is that Trigger Trade can't. I don't want to look, as you know, I try to keep it safe, as safe as possible. Well, it is as safe as possible. I don't want to start keeping people's API codes, and that would be the only way I can think of it. So that a Python script follows. I think the best idea is for TradingView to keep an eye on the trade. Well, in its own way, keep an eye on the trade, and then send a close for signal if the stop loss doesn't go through. I will have a look though, Marco, if you send me some screenshots, and I'll have a look to see if I can do something better.
For sure will do. Yes.
Thank you very much, mate.
Marco, can I ask, have you used the ignore wicks function a lot with Bybit, and can you confirm it's something that's stable and reliable to use?
I used it in the past with a strategy here from Simon, an old member here, and that was always working very, very good. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Because I know from you, David, that you don't really like this function in your strategies, but I was just curious to know if anybody else using it. So yeah, thank you. Great news. That's great.
No problem. It's not that it wouldn't be something that I would use in my personally owned strategies. It's just that I have to be careful what I say, because they're kind of they're functions that do have their own risk, extra risk, because obviously there is no hard stop loss. So I have to, when talking to everybody here, I'm a little bit more careful as to what I say. If it's my own money, it's maybe something that I would continue using. Not a problem.
Yeah, got you. But as I can hear, Marco says it's working fine, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. I'm not saying it's not to use. I'm just saying that's why I try and steer new users away from that kind of function until they understand. That's all.
Yes, we first must be sure that it will work with our boilerplate. But I know two communities that where it works very good. But yeah, I will send David some screenshots, and then maybe that can help him.
Thank you very much, Marco. That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers, mate.
And while on the topic, I can also confirm that I think that with Spotify, you fixed the ignore wicks function and the break even. So now when the price reaches a break even level, it doesn't wait for the close. It triggers immediately, which is great. So thank you for that.
No problem. Yeah, that was a good thing. Good part of the new TradingView code. We now have a much faster way of closing trades in the code, so that's cool. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Right, I'm just going to.
David, also a question about the break even.
Yes.
Is that also a function also improved in the version 5?
Yes. I've improved everything where the stop loss is no longer a hard. Well, as I call it, hard stop loss. It is a hard stop loss. Oh, do you mean that brings it into profit instead? I haven't done that yet. No, I will write it down because it isn't launched yet. So I'll write it down here. Bring it into profit. I have written it down lots of times. Let me put it into my tasks because I've got it open.
Yeah, it will be great when it immediately can be added to the version 5.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good idea.
Before all the extra work.
Here we go. My task list. So add.
It's very big.
No, yeah. The task list per day is not too big, but the task list in total is ridiculous. Boilerplate. The thing was, I had loads of things ready for today, but I lost my voice yesterday. I took 2 medications and fell asleep, so my task list for today was ridiculous. But anyway, right. Move to break even.
Profit.
In profit. Okay. I'll just go through the other things I've got very, very quickly because we've got our opponents who are waiting here for us. So. Very quickly, as you know, I've done Scope's update. I'm not sure if Scope's in today. No, he isn't in today. He's going to hopefully starting to do some live streams. He seems to be finding some great entries with that. I know that I've promised to add the extra entries here for the smart money indicator. The problem was what happened was that I started building these lovely patterns here like this. This one here. Even though that one didn't work out, but those patterns there, I started building the ABC patterns, things like that, but you actually had to wait for the last candle, which was ridiculous, or even for 2 or 3 candles, was ridiculous for the alert. So what I've done is I've hard-coded this line in for all of them, and that way you don't have to wait for anything, just have to wait for it to cross the line, which is very much like one of the older ABC strategies. So I had to recode all of these patterns here that say coming up soon. Due to the problem with the optimizer the other day, I'm a bit late on it. I promised to spend my evenings fixing these and adding these patterns as soon as possible. I think that the swing failure and the ABCs and all of that are absolutely brilliant. So hopefully you'll be able to find some great entries with that. That was pretty much all I had for that one, unless anybody's got any questions about the smart money.
Please.
Yes, carry on, Marco, no problem.
If I'm right, there are 3 different colors when we select show the colors.
Yes.
For the candles. What do the different colors mean exactly?
Okay, there's the colors over here when it goes. I'll just go through that very, very quickly, and then I'll pass over to Pinex, and I'll stay on after Pinex have spoken, and then I'll move, and then I'll do another stream at the end. So the colors here are what we've got is we've got obviously a bullish movement, a bearish movement, and then we had something that the Scope's called. It wasn't squeeze. I can never remember the word.
Compression.
Compression. That was it. Compression. Compression's pretty hard to be able to work out inside of a good trading strategy. Problem is that it works out higher highs, lower lows, and it never ever really detected anything until it was way too late. So what I've done is I've kind of added the squeeze momentum pattern in here. Squeeze momentum. It's got the Bollinger Bands and a Keltner channel. When the Bollinger Bands are inside the Keltner channel, it starts to go a lighter green, so you can start to see a kind of compression pattern. It was just an idea that I had, and some of them seem to work out quite well here. I mean, here you can see it starts going from light green to a darker green, and you can see that we're starting to break out of that those Bollinger Bands, and push up into a bullish pattern. It was just an idea I had to try and detect compression. As you can see, it did quite well here. Up here, it's kind of not working out whether... I've just removed the indicator off my screen. Yeah, so it's an idea that I had. It kind of works with some of the indicators. It works well with some of looks to work quite well with some of the candle patterns as well, but I haven't had enough time to be able to backtest it by itself.
That you now made changes to this strategy.
Have I made changes to the strategy itself, or just the indicator?
The indicator, sorry. Some updates yet or not?
I haven't had a lot of time to update it as much as I would like to. I got really into coding it, but unfortunately, like I said, the optimizer went down and I had to fix that in an urgency. I'll get back to it. I haven't got much to do this evening, so I'll probably get back to it this evening. But I haven't really made any updates. I know what I've got to do. I know that I've got to fix those patterns and things like that, but there'll be some updates, hopefully, very soon.
And all the info that I had sent you.
Yeah, info you sent me, Scope sent me absolutely tons of new patterns. It would like me like swing faders and things like that that I'm going to be adding and things like that as well. So I'll be adding all as much as I possibly can until I'm limited by the number of lines of code.
Yes, okay. Don't make it too advanced, huh?
No, I won't do like last time. This is where it is at the moment. It's still already quite advanced, I feel. So I don't really want to add too much to it. But I do want to backtest as many strategies as possible with it.
Yes, that would be great. When you can add entries as strategy for alpha testing or whatever.
Yep, absolutely. And
that will be great when you can test it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
Great. Thanks, mate.
I'd like to welcome, unless anybody's got any other questions, I'd like to welcome Binance. Has anybody got any other questions?
Hey David, just a quick reminder. It seems like you got so many things on your head. Could you please message me so we can speak when the time is right for like a couple of other suggestions, improvement suggestions for Butterfly?
Sure, I've just accepted. I'm sending you messages. I've great news. We can now talk. I can now talk to you via what do you call it? Via Discord instead of actually sending you messages. So I'll be able to reply to more people, which is cool because I can send you vocal messages, which will save me from typing everything, which is great news. So if
thank you so much.
Please, no problem whatsoever. I've forgotten Eon. Welcome to Binance, who have come in today to come and talk about their platform. I'll pass over to you, Vlad, I guess, if that's okay with you, Vlad. Do you want to do the introductions?
Yeah, sure. Yep. I mean, today we have two people from Binance. That would be Hani and the representative which is going to get ourselves into the Binance platform and pretty much do a rundown of all important and maybe all of them, all features of the platform would be Jay. Jay, can you hear us?
Yeah, Vlad.
Hello and welcome.
Hi and welcome.
Hey, it's nice to be here, everybody. My name is Jay. I'm the head trader here at Pinex, and I guess I'll be introducing the Pinex platform today and answering any questions you guys have.
Sure, great. So I've kind of, Vlad and myself, been trying to look for lots of new people to come in and join the group, talk about their platforms and things like that. Pinex, I invited because I was looking for ways to be able to offer signals from things like the one and make things a little bit easier for the beginners of our group, so the people, like I said, that don't want to spend as much time optimizing and things like that, and I felt that their platform was very good. So hopefully we're going to go through all of their platform today. So I will stop sharing my screen so that we can pass over to Jay. Welcome, Jay.
Cool. Thanks, David. Here, let me share my screen now. I guess. Give me 1 second. Can you guys see my screen?
Just bear with me 2 seconds. Let me see. I believe so.
It works.
Yes, it is working. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very good. Very nice. But yeah. Hey guys, my name is Jay. So it's a pleasure to be here speaking to you guys. I hope we have a useful session today and get everyone familiar with our platform and demonstrate like why we make connecting algo trading strategies from TradingView so much easier. And if you guys are not as advanced and you don't code your own stuff, why copying like different people's strategies, such as DaviddTech strategy, in one click on our platform, we just make it so much easier and simple for anyone to be able to do it. So today I'll go over our Pinex GPT, where you can kind of, which is just ChatGPT, but optimized to improve on or help you code a TradingView Pine script. And also our Signal bot, where you can directly connect your TradingView strategies onto our platform. We don't need your API keys. We are a full-fledged exchange, so it's just a one-stop shop. So I guess before we start, a quick agenda. First, I'm just going to be introducing the platform. Then I hope David could introduce the strategy, if you guys aren't familiar with it already, that he has on Pinex really quickly. And then I will basically show the Pinex GPT and how I modify just a out-of-the-box trading strategy on TradingView. And then demo how to use the copy bot and signal bot. Then I'll just end off with some questions from you guys. So if you guys sign up through DaviddTech's referral link, you actually get 15% off your commissions, I believe. Is that right, David? Is that what you guys?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah, and so that's really great. We already have very low commissions, 0.05%, and we will also be selecting 5 winners if you guys ask questions to basically receive 20 USDT each. It's going to be deposited into your Pinex account, and we'll also be having more giveaways. So watch out for that. Probably some, Apple product giveaways and things like that. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited, and let me get started.
Ask something.
Yeah.
I'm checking CoinMarketCap, and I don't see Pinex listed for the red. How do you say that in English? Derivatives. I only saw your company name mentioned with spot trading. Is that correct?
We do have derivatives, but it's new. We just so basically we started off as a free exchange that provided 16 free trading bots. And we didn't start off with derivatives, but as time went on, we have just added futures, and we have actually had structured products such as options trading, basically for the last year. And we have like the most comprehensive altcoins for options trading. We don't have buy and sell options, but we are able to buy your options, and you can make interest off us basically.
Okay, thank you very much. And the volume, how is that at this moment?
For spot or
derivatives?
Derivatives volume. I have to check on that, but the liquidity is pretty good. The spread is unless you're trading like 100 bitcoins, you're not gonna get much slippage.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Of course. Thanks for the questions.
Okay.
Let me see here. I guess just a quick introduction. We can just look at the deck really quickly. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, I think you guys can see it. Yes. So we're Pinex. We started off doing free trading bots for everybody. No subscription fees. Everything's free on our platform. Just free 16 trading bots. We also offer structured products and futures trading, but now we are moving into more algo trading. So that's why we're talking to people like David, and because we love his he obviously focuses on algo trading and strategies and optimizing. But we kind of saw a space in the market where most people had to connect through like different your API keys through different brokers where you can send signals from TradingView or different strategies. Instead of doing that, we kind of just thought, why don't we integrate, David's strategy or anyone's strategy onto our platform, and instead of having you connect it yourself or have to copy and paste the code, you can just literally one click and copy the strategy. And so, yeah, we're just making a comprehensive marketplace with free and paid or profit sharing strategies, whatever the creator wants to do. And we're probably going to open up that marketplace in the future if you guys want to post your own strategies as well. So, you guys can get more liquidity into your strategies, do a profit sharing model or whatever, right? So I think that is kind of the innovation of our company and the direction we're going in. So before, these are the 16 kind of, there's less here, but we have 16 free trading bots just out of the box. Arbitrage bot, grid trading bot, DCA bot. I think we were one of the first to do grid trading bot on cryptocurrencies. Now, obviously, everyone else has copied them and have them on their platform. But that was our bread and butter before. And of course, now, we have to innovate and make other stuff. And just basic metrics, we have 340 plus cryptocurrencies listed, 0.05% trading fees, 5 billion a month in trading volume. And yeah, Excange was founded in 2019, just based on basics. And of course, security, we have to go over that because, it wasn't too far back, with all the exchanges collapsing. So we got audited by 2 global CPA firms. So we have 2 proof of reserves done by 2 separate companies, and it is posted on our website, and we are fully collateralized more than 100%. If you guys want to see it, see the proof of reserves and stuff like that, we can post it in the chat later if you guys want to see that. And we have our own liquidity. We started off as an exchange. We have our own liquidity, but we also get we also are a broker on Binance and Huobi, so we also get aggregate liquidity from them. So we actually have more liquidity than Binance, I would say, because we get liquidity from them and Huobi, and as well as provide our own. In the US, we are licensed to do business. So unfortunately, that means we have to do KYC in the US. We have a money transmitting license, and we are basically approved to do business in the US in 43 states, I believe. Yeah, and in the media and partnerships, we have been mentioned on top media groups, Bloomberg, Bitcoin, Cointelegraph, things like that. But these are all the kind of basics and boring stuff. And I'm done with this. So now let's kind of check out the exchange. Do you guys have any questions before I kind of go over the exchange?
I'm good.
What's your advantage compared with, for example, Bybit that most people use here?
So Bybit is mostly a futures trading platform, right? So it's kind of it's either manual trading or you have to connect your strategy through a different broker, right? They don't allow you to connect your strategy directly. So for us, we are more focused on just bot trading or algo trading. So you can actually directly connect your strategy onto our platform and not go through a different broker. So the latency is faster. Of course, it's basically half the speed. But if you're doing high frequency stuff, it matters. But if you're not, then it matters less. But obviously, you don't have to use your API keys because you can directly connect it onto your account on Pinex. So no API keys are needed. And I believe our futures have a lower commission than Bybit, but it's not by too much, but it's a little bit lower. And of course, we have the marketplace where you can see different people's strategies, and if you're interested, you can try them out. David has his strategy on there, and you don't, like I said before, you don't have to copy and paste the code. You can just press copy. It's kind of like copy trading, but with algo strategies. So I believe that's where our differentiating point is.
Okay, with connecting, you mean you can connect TradingView strategies directly with your platform?
Yes.
But then you must be sure probably that all placeholders are also working with your system. Not every strategy will probably work immediately then. Or am I wrong?
Could you repeat that? Not all strategies will work immediately.
Some strategies use placeholders normally to send signals to, like for example, with the middleman to Bybit. For what we use, I think it must be connected also then with your platform.
Now, I've been testing
More
the one.
advanced features.
I've been
Maybe David can explain it better.
Yeah, I've been testing the one for a couple of weeks now, and it's worked absolutely no problems whatsoever. Now, I see what you're saying, Marco, with a lot of the more advanced techniques like the multiple take profits and things like that. Or
yes,
even,
margin, yeah, all those features.
the margin would work. The margin would work. The multiple take profits I'd have to look into. But what my idea was here was like Jay said at the very beginning. It's very much the newer users who have just come in and trying to look for something a little bit easier. I'm just that there. If you're looking for something a bit more complex and complete, I'm sure that this platform will lend to them as well. I haven't looked at the multiple take profits, etc. But like I said, I have had the one running on it for a long time. For a couple of weeks. That's not a long time in the world of crypto markets, but a couple of weeks had it running. It's sent off all of the most recent signals, and it went off extremely fast, extremely well. Yeah, and it's also very quickly a good way of us to be able to test them, because they have a leaderboard, and you can see the strategies as they're added and things like that. So you can see them all working and not, and things like that. So there's quite a good lot of quite good features on the Binance that I like a lot as well. So it's different platforms for different people.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more probably, as you said, to focus on for users that will use the one strategy.
The one, my idea was to, because it's very much like the website that I was showing you earlier that I'm trying to put together, is a lot of the good setups that I find, that you find, that some other people have found. I'll be able to set up as simple signals on my computer. They'll set off on here, and then Binance, like they just said, have a kind of a copy feature. So all you have to do is press one single button, and you'll be able to copy my settings as they are. So that means the 5 strategies that I've got on several coins, you'll just be able to press one button and copy the same signals as me. As Jay said earlier, it's also opportunities for you guys, because some of you guys have got some fantastic settings that you can share, and you'll be able to share them on Binance's platform eventually. Not at the moment, I don't think it's a feature yet, but he said that he's opening them. They're opening the marketplace to other people as well. If you've got fantastic strategy settings, and you want to be able to use, even if it's on a DaviddTech indicator, it makes no difference. You'll be able to add them to their platform and share them with the users, and also share the whatever it is that you get back as a kickback. If you want to even sell them, even though it's a DaviddTech strategy, it makes no difference. They have a way of monetizing through sales as well and things like that. So it's quite a complete platform. That means there's lots of different ways of creating signals for you guys as such as well, and also opportunities for you guys as well.
Okay. What can be an advantage for users to share their strategies on the Binance platform?
So right now you can't share your strategy yet, but basically later on, we're still building it out. Later on, you can share your strategy. You can charge, you can kind of charge subscription fees for it, or you can do a profit sharing model if you really believe in your strategy and you just want more, you want more capital going into your strategy. You can do a profit sharing model.
Okay, so there are several options that you can choose when you put the strategy on your platform.
Yes, just not right now. We're only doing it for influencers right now, but we're gonna like in the future. That's what we're gonna do. And for your question about kind of like the I understand it now. Just like the multiple take profits and more complicated things like that, where we are gonna build that out more and more. So right now there we cannot do multiple take profits, but we literally just built it out last month, so we're improving on it, and we have a whole team of engineers to do that. And I think we released a product within like a month, so we're definitely adding more features. If there's features that different people want and we hear a lot about it, then we can definitely add that very quickly. I know someone wanted like I know someone uses like Wick Hunter or something. I talked to before, and they said they can just place a take profit, just one take profit immediately, and then a stop loss versus just waiting for the exit signal of a TradingView alert. So that's something we're gonna add. And if multiple take profits is a thing, then that's something we can add too.
How is it for European users? Like the people from Europe or from a lot of countries are banned, from Binance. Therefore, there was a big shift to Bybit. How is that with your platform?
I believe we are not banned in Europe. I I believe we're okay in Europe. Yeah, I mean, if you can access the website, you're fine. It's just Pinex, Pionex.com. We can't be used in like China. And America can only use a US site, but I believe everywhere else is fine.
You believe or you're sure? Because
I
like
believe-
Germany, Italy, France, the Netherlands, all were banned for derivatives trading with Binance.
With Binance, but not Bybit.
Yeah.
Bybit not.
Spain.
No.
Spain was Bybit was banned in Spain as well. Yeah,
I believe we have UK users. Can you use? I'm not sure because I'm not from the UK. So let me check for you. Let me see. Yeah, Europe should be fine. Europe should be fine for Pinex. You can check the website. I mean, you can just if you can access the website, you're fine. I'm like 99% sure Europe is okay.
Okay, yeah, because Europe was most countries were not allowed to use Binance with leverage trading. For spot trading is no problem, but leverage, it was a problem.
I see. So there, so I understand. Yeah, like in the US, we can't do leverage trading just because we're compliant. We're compliant in the US. I believe UK should be fine. I mean, if you don't want to sign up and find out, I can find out for you, and I can just get back to you about that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course. So I mean, I can just go over the platform quickly, but let me start off with the the one-click copy trade. Let's see. You guys can still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So GBT Marketplace. So this is basically the marketplace for all of the signals on here. You can scroll through it. If you can look at the 30-day return, 90-day return, 1-year return. And of course, there is the cost right next to it. So let's go to David's D1. So you can just click on details. And I already have it activated, but there's usually a monthly or a subscription cost that you can just subscribe directly, and we just take the USDT from your wallet. And it's super easy. You just choose, it's only on Bitcoin. You just choose how much you want to invest, what the leverage is. Right now we only did 3, but we can up that, of course. Whatever amount that you want to copy, and just press copy. That's it. So if I want to do 1x leverage, let's do 100 with 3x leverage, start copying. That's it. So super simple to use. I think that's for the beginners at least. You don't want to do the whole API thing. You don't want to try your hand at connecting it through different brokers. You can just come here and go to the marketplace and press copy. And yeah, that's as simple as it gets, I guess. There's really no, just one click and you're there. So I don't know if anyone has questions about that.
Yeah, maybe. Are there any plans in the future for if you do copy trading, to have the option that you can, for example, copy the amount of leverage that let's say the strategy creator is using, and perhaps also the percentage of the portfolio. So the actual numbers you see will be reflected with the copy trades. Otherwise, I think the history is a bit of how do you say it could be not as accurate as it should be, depending on what the actual strategy creator is performing on his own portfolio.
I couldn't hear part of what you said, but it's about leverage, what the creator, like the leverage the creator is using and the percentage of his portfolio. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was where we're using. Can you copy exactly the same leverage as I do on my strategy? I guess.
I see. Right now, no, but we can, we are always like changing the product. So if you will have suggestions, we can add that. We can add a tab where David kind of says, oh, this is the amount of leverage I'm using personally for my portfolio. And also this is the amount of my portfolio. This is the percentage of my portfolio that I am using. Right. And if you guys like that, you can copy that directly. And if you don't, you can just choose your own. So we can definitely add that option. That's easy. We can just add some text and just have David provide us with how he uses the strategy.
Yep, sure.
That makes sense, and I think it might also make sense to include like a portfolio size because of your of the risk management, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had some experience in copy trading and it wasn't too successful, probably because of the differences between the actual settings you choose as a user versus that one the creator uses himself or herself.
I see. Yeah, we could definitely add something like that into the description and have the creator tell them like how are they using the strategy with what percentage of the portfolio. That's very doable. That's very easy to do. I actually never thought about that because I was just looking at the backtesting data and I'm just like, okay, this performed how well over this period of time and what kind of strategy is this, and then I'll just be like, okay, I'll put in 1,000, I'll put in 2,000, I'll put in 10,000 based on the back testing results. But you're right, like having a sense of how the creator meant for the strategy to use is very important.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Yeah, no, great questions. Yeah, so basically one-click copy. This is the easiest one, right? Of course. So the other thing that I think you guys would be kind of interested in, I'm not gonna go over all the little stuff, is Pinex GPT. So this is just to basically ChatGPT, but we fed some pre-wrote kind of conditions for it to better write PineScript code. Like it's going to produce PineScript in version 5, small things like that, and also just fed it the code base of PineScript. I think documentation. So basically, you can have some simple prompts here. I'm pretty sure you guys are more advanced, but some way I use it is, let me see. Give me 1 second. So I mean, one simple thing I kind of did was just like take a simple Fibonacci EMA strategy and give me a second. Get the code, like copy it over, kind of ask it to. Let me see if I can just copy this. I kind of copy it over and update it to version 4. I have to copy it first. Whatever. I'll just do it.
Save as. The 3 buttons and save as. There.
Save as first, right?
Yeah, save as. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, here you go. They changed the name.
Then,
Changed the name. It's not your fault. It used to say make a copy, but now it says save as.
yeah, I'm not that great of a PineScript coder like David, so I'm just kind of trying to demonstrate what I
No
did.
problem. No problem.
Uh, so you can just type the code in like across. I think I missed a letter. Control A. It's the same thing as ChatGPT. You guys can just paste it in here, like ask it to do stuff, like explain the code. And this strategy, I looked at it. I want to improve it. I want to add like a MACD condition to maybe try to improve the profit percentage and things like that. Can you add a MACD for entry and exit condition to the above code? Yeah, it types the whole code. I kind of wanted to just generate the code to add, but yeah, it does. It kind of types in the whole code, which is kind of annoying. Sorry, guys. It's
You have to
it's
talk nicely to ChatGPT.
yeah. I have to talk nicely. I gotta give it some. Be like, hey, honey, can you be quicker? I mean, okay, whatever. But basically, it generates the code. You copy it over, right? You can put it into, if you guys have TradingView Premium, put in this is the finished code or finished PineScript, and of course, compared to the, this is just one simple modification. Previously, it was like 1,600% profit, right? 46% profitable. After I added the MACD conditions, or ChatGPT did, it was a 3,852%, 55% profitable, right? So obviously, you guys can see net profit increased, percentage profitable also increased, max drawdown percentage rise increased like by 2%. And yeah, that's basically, same thing as ChatGPT, quick and simple way. I just literally took a strategy off TradingView and had ChatGPT kind of modify it. And basically, to connect this strategy, if you guys want to use this strategy to connect it, you will go to trade, and down the side, it could be on the right side or the left side, depending on where you have this bar. You can go to bot. And here's our basically out of the box bots. We have Moonbot, Gridbot, DCA bot, Rebalance bot, Spot Futures bot, and a bunch of these other ones. Sometimes people use it. I don't think they are the most popular. The top popular ones are up here. But basically, this one's all the way on the bottom. It's called Signal Bot, auto trade with signals. So you just press create, and then you just want to do try a TradingView custom signal. So you just set a name, be like, let's call it test bot. Continue. They have we got a YouTube tutorial on it. You guys can watch it if you want. And I've read and edited the save settings. Press continue. So then it just generates a webhook URL and a message. So you just want to copy the message, go back to your TradingView strategy, go to the settings. Actually, now the settings. My fault. You want to go to the alerts, and in the message, just paste the message you copied over. And then you want to go back and where did it go? Oh, here it is. So basically now you want to go back, copy the webhook URL, go back to your alert, go to notifications, put in the webhook URL, and that's it. And expiration date, if you want to change it, if you want to make it like any longer, then that's okay. Press create. So now it's sending webhook alerts into your account, and these two are it. So just make sure you copy it correctly, and then press I have finished setting up alerts. Press confirm. So now you have added the signal into your signal box, but you have to click use the signal. And it's a Bitcoin USDT pair, so make sure you select the right pair. and then you have the leverage and as well as the investments. So let's do 3x on 100 BTC. That was BTC USDT, right? BTC USDT. Press create bot. Yes. That's it. So I created it twice. Whatever. But you guys can see it right here, the test bot right here. So I just created. I just basically generated the code from Pinex GPT, or you guys can have your own strategy that you optimize, or you can, I know that David has an optimizer that's even better than just manually optimizing it. And after you get that code, just put it back into TradingView, and then you can just set the message, set the webhook alert, and now it's going to be sending alerts, and your bot will be taking trades. And yeah, I think that's simpler than what some of the other platforms have to go through. I think personally, I think it's simpler. But yeah, do you guys have any questions about that? Cool.
Yeah, cool. Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. Everything is free on our platform, and you get 15% off commissions if you sign up through David's link. I mean, TradingView Premium is not free. You need TradingView Premium to send alerts. So except for that, everything is free. Yes. Yeah, so I think that's where we come in. We don't have subscription fee. It's always going to be free, and we try to make it simpler. And everything is just within our platform, right? It's within our platform, so you don't have to go get your API keys. You don't need to worry about your API keys getting hacked. You have the Google Authenticator to your account. So if you lose that, then we are not responsible for the security of your account if you lose your Google Authenticator. There's no way for your API key to get hacked because we don't need one, right? Everything's directly on your Pinex account.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah. That's basically the main parts I wanted to cover. But if the rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward and simple. We have bot for all the different bots. Bitcoin growth bot, it's basically using the BTC ETH pair to basically say ETH is growing. It usually outperforms BTC, so it's kind of using ETH to mine BTC. We got the VWAP bot for whales to kind of average into positions, and of course the new signal bot, and the regular grid bots, moon bots, DCA bot, and stuff like that. And then if you want to do futures, you guys can click futures, similar to every other platform. Our futures don't have all the different types of orders yet, so right now it's just market order, limit order, stop order, trigger order, but we're going to be adding more and more. We have 100x leverage on Bitcoin and things like that. Not available in the US. And a fee level, so we have lower fees. So for taker is 0.045%, and for maker is 0.015%. And I think that's like 0.01 or 10% or something like that less than Bybit. But it's not that huge of a difference. But I think our main point is just easier to copy different bots on the marketplace. And I guess a quick other thing is we have staking, just regular ETH staking, and we have structured products, which is just the options I was talking about earlier. So you can sell us options. So you can sell us a put or a call. So basically, if you want to buy Bitcoin at 28,000, but it's not at 28,000 right now, we'll give you annualized 40% yield for you to sell us that option. So basically, it's like a limit order to buy Bitcoin at 28,000. If it doesn't reach 28,000, you'll get your interest. But this is annualized, so don't think you're gonna get 40% in a day. And but if it does get to 28,000 or below, you're gonna buy Bitcoin with your money, and we'll still give you the interest. But if Bitcoin's at 27,000, you're still gonna get Bitcoin at 28,000. So this is something I use, and we actually do see like this one right here. I did the same thing. I wanted to buy at 28,500. It didn't reach it. I got a little bit of interest, take profit, and then these ones are still running. Yeah, and I think think that is it for the platform. There's some like other small stuff like lottos, structured loans. I'm not gonna go over today, but yeah, I think that covers mostly everything. And David, do you want to? I mean, I don't know how familiar everyone is with David's the one strategy. I don't know if David wants to go over it or everyone's already familiar with it, so David doesn't really have to go over it again.
Yeah, I think everybody knows the one. My idea is like I said, to try and work out. I'm very new to the platform as well. I'm just looking for easy ways to get everybody over to easier ways for beginner users to get into the trading, because I know that everybody finds it quite hard at the very first part of DaviddTech, and this was just a way of doing that. Looking for better solutions everywhere. I'll be adding the other strategies that I use. I will forward test other strategies as well to try and add them as I go along, and hopefully the marketplace that Joe was talking about will come about soon, and you'll be able to add your strategies easy as well. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I sort of reached out to Binance for them to come in and talk to us.
Yeah, thank you guys for asking me questions and being here. Very appreciate it, and thank you, David, for having us on. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, we can just do some Q&A now. I know a couple questions people asked, so if no one asks, you guys are just gonna get the 20 USDT if you guys create an account.
Let me have a look over here. I'll see if there's any questions.
I also have some questions from the users, which unfortunately they didn't manage to also attend the live session. So in case you guys here, which are live at the moment, would like to address any questions, please free to do it. I also note them. We will submit them to Pionex, and they will also prize the best questions that they have. Also, each question maybe has like a feature under the questions. So, of course, if you would like to see anything added to Pionex, feel free to request that, and I believe Jay will be happy to forward the suggestion forward and make it happen.
Yeah, 100%. We love feedback, especially if you guys use it and you guys have any wants or needs to improve it. We can definitely do all that.
There's a couple of questions in the chat I can see, Vlad, but I can't open it because I'm recording the screen. If you don't mind having a look.
Yeah. So one of the questions which were written is, any plans of Pionex getting into more than crypto in the future? I believe it's more regarding FX or anything but crypto.
Probably not in the near future, because there's more I feel like there's a lot more regulations with FX. We wanted to do some sort of like digitally connected stocks, kind of like for people outside the US having a stock but pricing as a digital asset, kind of just like a carryover stock. But there's a lot of regulations surrounding that, so we're not super sure about it.
Great. What's the average time of a trade being executed as soon as TradingView signal pops up on alert? Can you answer that in seconds and milliseconds?
I personally cannot, but I can get that to you. But I mean,
Awesome.
it is very quick. Like, it's basically if you're sending the signal through another broker, it's gonna be half the time it takes, because there's less API calls and less places for the signal to go through, because it's directly going into our exchange.
Yeah, it's very important to get your trade within the order book as fast as possible. And since you're right, with Pionex, there is less friction, as David calls it, because you are also the middleman. So it's not like TradingView, middleman, exchange. You're basically 2 into 1.
Yes.
And yeah, I think your answer is very valid. Okay, next one. I think it's regarding the uptime. Is the middleman hosted on something like Google Cloud, or is it hosted by Pionex themselves? The question is more regarding the uptime. Like, have you guys have any data on the uptime?
We have 100% time, but so it's our exchange, right? So our exchange basically has maybe like 99% uptime. I don't think we have. I mean, from the time I have been here and I've been using it, we have never went down. And specifically this service, I assume is the same. I mean, we just started this service, so it's had 100% uptime. But let me confirm and get back to you on the, I guess, like if it's hosted separately from our whole exchange, or is it like all together? Because if it's all together, then yeah, we basically had 99% uptime, and it has never went down in the time I have been here.
Great, awesome.
Let me ask that question now to see if someone can answer it on my team.
Sure. Also, we can do within the Pioneers dedicated room, which will be live after our session. Maybe we can put the question and an official answer, which I believe your answer is 100% cool. But maybe with details and maybe links if there is some sort of uptime tracker or something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Next question would be, how would Pionex protect the users from bad strategies, since in the future people will also host their signals, not just influencers or people like David?
That's a good question. That is a good question. So that is why we're not allowing everybody to post their strategies right now, because all the strategies that we get are verified, and we actually run the back test ourselves. So in the future, so all the strategies will be back tested. You can't just post some random strategy with no historical testing or results, and you just came up with something randomly and put the code together. So we're not going to allow that. So at least there will be back-tested data, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think in a way we are going to try. If you guys have any suggestions too, we can take those suggestions. But
I have one.
I think it's. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The first thing is the graph that you can see on the bottom of the one page. That is, I believe, updated pretty much live, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Oh, I've been dropped.
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think
Boosting
it's
your
updated
chatbot's
live.
intelligence with retrieval.
Sorry, just bear me 2 seconds. Okay, yeah. Okay, I also know there's the table and things like that. They're all updated quite regularly with the 30 days back test and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that some of them go through bad periods, and you can see kind of it'd be a good idea to see when the person actually put the trading strategy onto your platform, so that you can see sort of a forward testing, because your platform kind of does what one of my platforms do, is kind of forward test them, because it records all the results of the strategy as it pings the data, so you'd be able to see if they're overfitted or not. If something's been running for 3 months, and you can see that obviously the results over the past 3 months are not what you expected, you'll be able to see that they're overfitted. So I think that's going to be one of the bigger problems, isn't that people are malicious and want to put bad strategies up, because you could go through putting all of the data up and import the Excel spreadsheets that I sent you and things like that, and unless they manipulate the Excel spreadsheets and manually put them in, everything goes through quite well. But things like overfitting is going to be something that you'll be able to tell only by watching the graph that you can see at the bottom of that page that you've got there, or the table which has got the top 100 strategies on it or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, David. Yeah, I think yeah, we were absolutely right. Backtesting only shows so much, right? I mean, all the strategies backtested doesn't mean it's going to do well. So you're right. People probably won't be malicious, but to prevent it, we got the backtesting. But yeah, maybe we can have a forward testing tab, basically calculate. Oh, since the strategy has been posted, we'll just be like, okay, it has these type of returns since it has been posted. So basically forward tested, yes. Yeah, and then and if you don't want to risk it, you guys can wait 30 days or something for the forward testing to basically come out.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Great. And the final question which I have received is the backtester part of Pionex, or does it have anything to do with TradingView? Can you give us some more details on how accurate is it? For example, TradingView doesn't record in between candle data, just low, high, open, and close.
Yeah, the backtester is not part of Pinex. We would have to do like either. I think we would have to do like the backtesting ourselves, or we do it on like some another like backtesting platform. But yeah, it's not part of Pinex. And the backtesting I use for the strategy I just showed is just it's just on TradingView.
Just so you know what I have
Great.
to provide to Binance, I have to provide the Excel spreadsheet that's got, I can't remember how many years, to 2022 in the background. I had to provide the Excel spreadsheet from TradingView with zero leverage. And yeah, I think that was pretty much it. It was pretty much the most basic settings that I could possibly give to them. Without things like the dynamic positions and things like that, like you said earlier, is more what the creator would be using maybe, but at least you can see the very, very most basic settings.
Right.
Awesome. And I just received the last one. How friendly is the exchange with an API access? Can we get the order book data as well?
Yes, you can get the order book data, and we do have APIs. But I personally, I'm not. I have not used it. So let me also get that answer to you maybe later, because I don't want to give you like the wrong answer. But we do have an API, and internally, our engineers use it to basically create to get trading data. But let me ask and get back to you about that one specifically. If you could record names of whoever, where we can post the answers to these questions in the Discord chat or something, like I think you talked about.
Yeah, sure. Great. If you believe, Jay, we have missed something on, we should have asked you anything, please let us know.
No, I believe we covered everything. Yeah, I think we covered everything. So I mean, basically, in the U.S. we can't use this. I think I mentioned earlier because regulations, and we are compliant. But everywhere else except for China, this is available. Let me think. I don't think we missed anything else, but basically we're always coming up with new strategies. We basically built out the marketplace since the beginning of the year. I think that's very fast. And I guess the backstory, the reason we kind of made our venture into this, before we were only doing strictly regular trading bots, but because 3 Commas had their whole drama with their API keys getting leaked, it was a perfect time for us to venture into the basically algo trading marketplace, and getting the people who had strategies on 3 Commas to come over to us, because as people were scared now of their API keys getting hacked or being leaked. So yeah, aside from that, we never been hacked, and we have a Seifu fund. We don't make that public, but like if there is ever a hack or something, people will be compensated. But hope that never happens, and we have never been hacked. But everybody is what is that word? Susceptible to to that. But yeah, no, that's about it. And I hope you guys, sign up through David's referral link, so you guys get that commission off. And that is all I basically wanted to talk to you guys about today.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jay, for being here and the amazing show of the Pionex platform. Quick couple announcements, guys. So, as Jay stated at the beginning, he's also a technical analyst over Pionex. And we have partnered up to also start another show. Like pretty much we have Johnny. If you guys are not aware, we have on Monday Johnny Crypto, which pretty much does a rundown of all crypto, maybe some other pairs rather than the crypto, mostly like a technical analysis from his point of view of the market. Jay will be doing pretty much the same, but in his own way, of course. And another one, all the questions which have been addressed have been recorded by me. They will be answered in a more professional with source data, with how do you call them, links as well. And the top 5 questions will be priced with 20 USDT each. We also have our affiliate code and also the affiliate link, which you can get a few discounts on over Binance. And that's about it. I would like to thank you for coming in and asking the questions. That's pretty much what we expected from you guys. Your inputs and suggestions are also very appreciated. That's about it. David, if you'd like to address something.
No, thank you very much. No, thanks for the talk. Jay, when he does his videos, does a lot of on-chain data as well. I've been watching recently. Uses a program which I'm not sure what it was called. It was something like Glassnode, I believe. That you use whilst doing your videos. Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
No problem. No, I've been watching the last couple of days. I can't remember what the program you used to do
Looks no, it's free.
Yeah. It's looks very good and could be very good for us as algo traders. Like I said, we're looking for things outside of the box, outside of the TradingView world. So tune into that because they seem different, which is cool.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, David. Thank you, Vlad, and thank you everyone for joining and asking questions. It seems like everyone's pretty advanced and have a great community here. So thanks for having me.
No problem whatsoever. Look forward to your streams.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Cool. I don't know if anybody wants me to go through the other bits and bobs that I had for things like if anybody's interested in things like David AGI. I'll put it for next week. It's up to you guys. Let me close the stream and bring up my thing again very quickly. Screen over here. Right, cool. Let me bring the screen back over. Wonderful, right? That was great. Yep, so that was great. Thank you very much once again, Jay. It's good to find some different platforms. Like I said, I'm just trying to find easier ways for everybody to be able to connect into their trading. And as they had the exchange and the connection, I thought it was a good idea to give it a go. I will add loads of different styles of trading, and thanks to hopefully the idea of the forward testing, we'll be able to see some of the results as well on forward testing and things like that, which would be cool. Right. I don't know if anybody would like me to go through. I don't know really what else I had. I had the baby David that I had. I don't know if anybody really wants to go through baby David, or should I do another stream another time? Up to you guys. Not sure. Okay. Right, I'll go through very, very quickly. I'll go through it very, very quickly. Some people asked how to install it, so I'll just show you how very quickly to install it. It's very quick, simple. If you want to use it, it's a new tool which I built, like I said, a bit fun. It's very much built on ChatGPT. What it does is it creates a whole team of ChatGPTers that can build strategies for you. So it'd be like having a whole team of quants working for you. one that brainstorms ideas. So the idea is behind it is you've got one GPT server that brainstorms ideas. It sends it to a task prioritizer, who then creates the task, prioritizes the tasks, goes through. I think I've got the actual graphic here. That might not be the right one. Yeah, here. Brainstorms the ideas, goes through the coder. He also then backtests that idea, then sends it to another agent, which is coded in there, that optimizes the agent. Then it will go through and send it to the next agent, who tells you whether ChatGPT thinks that it's overfitted or not, and then it will send you to the results to Telegram. So the whole actual process takes a little bit of time, but I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. Certainly for coming, if you've got an idea like of how to build I've done RSI strategies with it and things like that. I'll show you very quickly how to set it up. It's pretty simple if you know how to do a bit of Python. If you don't, I've got a course coming for Python, so no fears, I'll be here for you soon for that as well. Right, so you've got your setup on you downloaded it either using GitHub or your own way of just downloading, clicking, downloading, and extracting the zip. We're going to go over to here to the terminal, and we're going to do everything in the terminal. It's pretty simple, really. And personally, I would set up an environment. To do so, you literally need to do this command here. I'm going to go back and do this because it'll be much quicker. We're going to go here and type this command here, which, as you can see, come on, find me the command. Got too many commands. Okay, here we go. It would have been easier if I wrote it out. Okay, so we're going to create an environment. An environment literally creates kind of I guess, a virtual machine, if you will, that allows us to put all of the requirements into one single area. The reason I do environments for each and every single one of these bots is for just for us, so that we can easily remove them if need be, and not overload the machine with global environments and things like that. So I'm just going to make an environment. I've already made mine. Going to activate that environment, and you'll be able to see in a second what I mean, hopefully. Just going to activate that environment, doing that there, and that didn't work because I spelt source wrong. And no, I didn't. What did I spell wrong? Oh, I spelled env wrong. env bin/activate. That's going to activate my environment. Now I spelled something wrong again. What did I spell wrong, guys? I'm not in the right folder. That's why. CD into my other folder. Let me have a look at the folders. I think I'm not in the right folder here. There you go. I'm not in the right folder. That's why. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to activate the environment. There you go. As you can see, I'm in my environment folder now. So we have all of the requirements. If you're familiar with Python, it's pretty simple to install of them. You literally do a pip install r requirements, which is this line here. Now, with the new members website, I have got all of this documented, but you can find it also on GitHub. It's pretty simple. You do that, and it's going to go through and install all of the requirements. I've got everything installed, so it took a couple of seconds. It'll probably take a little bit longer if you haven't got everything installed, especially if you're setting up a new environment. And then we have two files here. We have this environment file here, which has got all of my keys in it for ChatGPT and for Pinecone. I won't go through setting up them. It's very simple. You just have to go to the website and find the keys for that.
So sorry, David. I didn't see anything in the screen.
Oh, you can't see anything. You can't see my screen.
Yeah. It just a PowerPoint, bro.
Oh man,
You can see it, but not in this one.
Yeah. I was like so confused, man.
I was watching the YouTube. YouTube was fine.
I was surprised no one said things on that. Like,
You're also polite not to interrupt me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry. Right. So I need to go back and go over here. I'll go through very, very quickly the setup very, very quickly again. Okay, so you can see my visual code visual strip. Thank you very much, Rose. Thank you very much. You definitely deserve one of the best questions for that. Okay, so you open your terminal, go up here, new terminal up the top. You've downloaded from GitHub the zip file, extracted it by double-clicking it or using the command line. Either or, doesn't make no difference. It's easy enough. To create an environment, you typed in this code here, which is, I haven't typed it in here. It's part of Discord. Let me pull up the web page very quickly. as part of the setup here. Now, if I go to GitHub, if I go baby David, all of the command lines are here. It's pretty simple. It's real simple stuff for anybody that knows a bit of Python. To set up the environment, I haven't got it here, but you can set up, download all of the requirements by doing pip install -r requirements.txt. Everything's in there, so you can install it very, very simply. Now, I hope that everybody can see that screen. Yes, okay, I've got the whole screen shared now.
Yes.
Cool. Right. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing a Python tutorial inside of the admin, as inside the members panel. So I go through all of this stuff anyway. I'll go through it very, very quickly just so that I can show you how to install it. Now, this program works either in command line or with Telegram. So if we want to work it with, make it work with Telegram, it's very simple. You type in Python 3. Like I said, you have to go into this environment file here, fill out all of the details from the API keys from Pinecone and from is it Pinecone or Pinecore? I can never remember if it's Pinecone or Pinecore. Pinecone. You go over there, you fill out all of the details. That gives you the long-term memory for your AI because ChatGPT is quite good on short-term memory, but long-term memory it's not great. So it helps to build a long-term memory and things like that for your AI. So we're going to type in Python 3 here at the bottom. Python 3, hopefully everybody can see enough. And then we've got Telegram bot. I will go through one thing before I hit the hit enter. I do apologize for my typing, but I have a great big microphone in front of my board. There is one other thing. You have a Telegram bot here. Now, I have made a Telegram chat bot, but to make your own, you go over to Telegram over here. You can search for Baby David AGI, or you can go over to FatherBot. Let me try and bring up FatherBot just very quickly here. Sorry about this, won't be long. Let me put, I see it. Couldn't work out how to put out the sidebar on here. BotFather. There we go. There's BotFather. Here he is there. BotFather is this guy here. He's going to give us the API. Now, all you have to do is go / you search for BotFather. He's one of the easiest ones to find on Telegram. Type in new bot. He'll take you through a couple of steps. You can see the steps here. One is giving it a name. So you have to give it a name, and then you have to give it a name with _bot. And then he'll give you your API code just here like that. That means you can connect anybody you want to the chat, and it will automatically interact with your computer or the server where you've got Baby AGI installed or anything else. So I'm going to just go back over here very quickly, and then I'm going to pull up my one so that you can see. Where is it? Baby. There we go. Right. Okay, so if I run the bot, that will now connect to Telegram and wait for me to send it a signal. So we can, as you can see, it's now connected to Telegram down the bottom here, and then we can do /run. Now the first one you have to do is actually /start. That connects your chat to your Python script. Then we do run, and then we're going to fill out a request for it. So I've got things like MACD overflows here, crossovers over here. I do apologize for my stuttering. I've not so used to doing live coding in front of everybody, but I'll get used to it as we go along. So I'm going to click that, and that's what that's done is it's gone away, and it's sent a ping to this server, and as you won't be able to see it, but in the background, it's trying to do all of what I just said. It's now going through, it's going to brainstorm. You can get it so it actually writes everything quite easily down here by logging. It's going to go through, it's going to brainstorm. The brainstorm is going to send it to the coder agent that's going to build the first agent. Between that, it actually has a prioritization agent and a task manager who takes out a list of the brainstorms and then separates them into one task so that it builds each and every strategy singly. Then sends them to a backtesting agent. If the backtesting results are considered okay, it will send it to the optimization agent, and then it will send it to the analyst agent for looking for things like overfitting, as I said earlier. Like I said, it's a very much a sort of a lab project. It's a project that sits in the ideas that could have potential, but currently isn't the most fantastic results, but if anybody is into into Python, could be a good way of getting started and building a strategy, or even helping me to build this and make it even better. Once he's finished, he will come back with a full strategy coded for you that you can connect to bots, but I wouldn't suggest doing it unless you backtest it and things like that. It will go through also and give you a backtest results. It'll give you things like drawdown ratio, things like that, all inside of Telegram. If I get enough people that are interested, I'll continue coding this and building it. Otherwise, I'll continue coding it and building it in the background and improving it until I come up with something that's great. If anybody's really interested in it, I'd love to start building it with you guys. It's on open source inside of GitHub. I think, like I said, it's got real potential because it really does almost replace a whole quant team doing all of the things that a quant team does. If I quit out of this, you might be able to see a little bit better the process of things by pressing. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one there. My keyboard is way too. There. Right. If I press the right one, there you go. Okay. If I do a Python 3 test.py, you should be able to see maybe some of the results as it's starting to code and things like that. Now in the test 3, we already have the idea of what we want as a strategy here, and this is all done by command line. So it's going to go away and start building that, and hopefully we'll be able to start seeing things. Sometimes it comes up with an error. We might have an error today, but we'll start being able to see a bit quicker. Maybe while it's doing that, I can go through any other ideas, maybe. Move that over here slightly, and I'll be able to see over there. So like I said, a bit of fun. If anybody wants to play with the code, you can find it here. You'll be able to find the code, the idea behind it, and all of that. I also did a Twitter feed, which allows us to go through all the ideas behind it and how we could improve it and things like that. And if anybody's really interested and you guys think it is a great idea as well, I can actually put this up onto a server so that you can interact with it via Telegram without having to install it. And then you can just send me the ideas of how I can improve it, and I'll code it in the background if you guys feel as though it might have potential. But yeah, it was just an idea that I had. Yeah.
Can we do that with an executable file?
No, not yet. Like I said, the potential ideas that I can do, there is ways of running as an executable file as Python. I can have a look at that so that it's one-click install. Maybe bring in a front end to it with a simple way of putting your own API codes in. My kind of idea, the easiest way that I thought of building it was to install it on a server which is locally on my servers, and then creating a bot for Telegram where you can interact directly with the bot, putting your API codes into Telegram, and then Telegram literally sending it across. So it got some of the way before it came up with an error. It started to build, as you can see. It's come up with some ideas. It's come up with utilizing the RSI. Got some of the way. It started building a strategy, as you can see, in Python, and then it started to backtest it, but it got stuck at the backtest results. I'll rerun it on Telegram. I'm sure it'll work eventually if I run it enough times. Yeah, but like I said, it's a lab idea, it's sort of thing. Let me stick it in here, hopefully. Yeah, so if I install it onto a server, you'll be able to interact with it directly through Telegram and not have to install it at all, and it will stay open source, so you can play around with it, and if you know how to Python script and improve it. So that was sort of the executable way of me doing things so that everybody can easily install it and use it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if it's an idea that everybody thinks might have some potential, I thought it did when I built it. My problem is that sometimes I come up with some stupid ideas and I don't know if it's great for everybody. So, but yeah, this one I like the idea of having a whole quant desk. I personally know that the power of ChatGPT will change a lot of our lives in the future, and maybe this could help us build a load of strategies. The problem is that it does code strategies in. There you go. There we go. That's gone through the first part, waiting for the second part. So as you can see, it started building this strategy. It's come up with some potential ideas to improve it. Third idea would be that. So it's come up with the ideas. It's come up with the first strategy. It's downloaded the data for Google to test it on. So that would be something that we need to do. It's come up with how it's going to backtest it. It's come up with the first backtesting, so the hold rate and all of that. It hasn't come up with any backtests, and now it will go up any results on the backtests. I think that's probably because it's decided to do it on Google, but yeah, so the first one, it hasn't come up with any results, but it's now going to go away and optimize and try and find better results. So I think it has potential. If enough of us want to continue building on it, I'll quite happily build on it and build a front end for Telegram and make it even better.
Is ChatGPT the best bot to use? Because there are now, if I'm right, several alternatives.
Yeah, there is. There's the new Llama module, which was built on modules from Facebook. We have that's Llama. Then you had the Alpaca, which was built on Facebook. The Facebook open source scripts, but built on ChatGPT data that was farmed. There's lots of them. It does seem still, to me personally, that ChatGPT still has the best responses, especially for code and things like that. A lot of them are tested and built through using ChatGPT's responses. So whatever you get from them are going to be the same sort of responses you get from ChatGPT.
Okay, because the Chinese like Baidu, but I'm not sure if they're already live.
Yes, there is no real, but as far as I know, there's no real API or anything. So as you can see, it's still optimizing. We now have some entries. Trade counts is only 2, but like I said, that's probably because it's downloaded the data from somewhere. But as you can see, it is working. It's working its way through the optimizations. Yes. So. I agree with you, Marco. There probably will be, in a very short period of time, some better models. But personally, for me, the most open the one that has the best APIs to work with and the best responses so far is ChatGPT. And believe me, I have every Raspberry Pi in my house with the new Llama models installed on them. I've spent days and days downloading all the data that I can possibly find for all of these models, because I personally think that, like I said, that they are the future. I'm building other things like this Baby David AGI, which potentially I hope will help us predict tomorrow's Bitcoin price by using this model of a team that will help us take data from things like Glassnode that I was talking about earlier, or on-chain data, things like that, feeding it to it daily, giving it a long-term memory, giving it a team working around it to filter that data, giving it things like RSI values, things like that, and helping it to understand what's going on in the crypto world and potentially predicting a future price. Now, obviously, it hasn't got powers or future powers or anything like that. It won't be fantastic, but I think it has potential. But other models, I haven't found anything better, to be honest.
Okay, good to know. This side project or similar as David.ai?
It's built on some of the work comes from David AI. David AI I've put into GitHub, but I've still got to remove some bits and bobs before making it to everybody. It's did you say is it a side project?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, it's a
Or
side project. It depends. It depends whether, because like I said, I come up with quite a few ideas. Some of them, like Botify and things like that, I leave because I don't think anybody's really interested in them. And suddenly, a spark of interest comes into them. I've obviously got to concentrate on things that are important to you guys. So things like Williams thing and things like that, I've got to get done. Updating boilerplates and things like that, I've got to get done. But if you guys feel as though this could have potential, I'll happily work on it. Otherwise, it'll be something that I work on the weekends with a smaller group of people that are interested. And when it's really good, I'll tell everybody.
Yeah, I think it's a very good idea. But I expect that most people in our Discord will not have much coding experience, so it must be easily to use for most people, probably.
Yes, yeah. It's one of the things that I always try to do is, although this is the first real Python project that I've posted out there, I try to make everything as user-friendly as possible. That's why I chose TradingView as the platform that I use. I try to make everything as user-friendly as possible. It's why I make everything as graphical as I do, with all of the charts and all of the tables and everything, even though sometimes it makes things a little bit slower. I try to make everything as graphical as possible. That's why I've sort of decided to build the Telegram front end as a priority, because it's already integrated partially into it, as you can see. So yeah, if enough people are interested, and I know that not everybody codes, but just like yourself with the ideas that you come up with for the optimizer, if anybody's got any ideas for improvements, or MKV666 for the Botify and things like that, if anybody's got ideas like that, I'll happily work on them.
Yeah, I think it's great. But personally, I think and expect that most customers are in the Discord because the TradingView strategies.
TradingView strategies, yes, me too.
Yes, and so personally, I think the main priority must be that everything will work with all TradingView strategies.
Absolutely.
So trigger trade and no bugs or whatever, so we can work without problems with those strategies. I personally think that's the most important priority.
Yeah, absolutely. So do I. Totally. Like I said earlier, there's some things that Trigger Trade won't be able to offer because of the way it's built, but the things that it can have to be absolutely perfect, well, to the best possibly that it can. Yes, and the strategies. I feel that, like I said, some of the things I come up with dynamic. If I didn't have the innovation, the dynamic positions and things like that, that I've come up with since the beginning, wouldn't be there. So I believe there has to be a kind of an innovation thing, even though there wasn't nobody interested in it in the beginning.
I was interesting.
No, you were. Yeah, but there was a very few amount of people that were interested in it. But now all of a sudden, because somebody's probably explained it better than I have, because I don't explain everything perfectly well. If the lots of people have seen the potential in that feature, as it's something that was a bit older and left behind and nobody was using it, I really didn't take much. I didn't notice to it myself. So it's something that was left a bit behind. So I now need to go and fix it, and well, not fix it, but re-add it to the strategies that it doesn't have it on and things like that. So yes.
Yes, but I think most people were not using it also because it wasn't working with the trigger trade system. And the idea was, if I'm right, from the hedge fund. Is that correct?
Yes, it was from a hedge fund. They gave me the idea. They sent me the PDF that said that it was one of their most powerful tools. I used it a lot in a lot of my trading strategies. Even set it as default for a long time to try and coerce people to use it, because I felt that it did get rid of a lot of bad trades, and even if it didn't remove the bad trades, it removed the amount of risk that you had when a bad trade went sideways or went wrong. Not all of them, but certainly helped to reduce the amount of risk on trades which had less potential. Yeah, the idea came from a hedge fund. I know that you used it, and I think that a lot of people didn't understand it, and that was the problem, because since Mason has put his explanation of it up on his board, I've never seen so many people ask about it. And it's the same as MKV666. He started explaining his thoughts behind Botify, and I've never had so many questions for Botify as I have today. So as soon as things get a bit enthusiastic around projects, I have to obviously go back and add the features that are missing and things like that. So yeah. Everybody keeps telling me that I think of things too quickly, and they always come back afterwards, so that's fine. It's not a problem.
I haven't studied Spotify, but I really expect it has big. Yeah, well, how do you say that? Sorry, I expect a lot from it, but I still have to study it.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's pretty. As far as even if you just literally take it and go, right, okay, there's an indicator on I don't know. I always use it. Market Cipher. Use Market Cipher. They give you 30 days trial or whatever it is. You can now go out and go, right, okay, I can backtest this trading strategy. This trading indicator on the 30-day period. I can find setups with it, and if it's rubbish, I'll know because I've been able to actually literally backtest it. And you can do that with absolutely any indicator out there now. Well, pretty much, not all of them, because some of them don't plot and things like that. So you can't do it on everything, but it certainly takes a lot of indicators and means that you can backtest them and also turn them into bots, which is.
But when we take, for example, your new SME strategy, what can we do then?
The SME strategy, this is where things like plots don't work because SME strategy uses lines. I have spoken to somebody in the PineScript forum, and they said they're potentially thinking of adding other lines to that drop-down list. But the SME strategy would be one that you would be able to get some things out of. Like I said, it's more the market ciphers and things like that have plots, as the SME is more boxes. It doesn't work with boxes at the moment.
No. But the lines, like for example the market structures, the breakup structure, we can't use them.
I can easily make it so you could. Yes, I mean I just have to plot a triangle or something on there that says there's a break. That's all. And that was going to be my next part anyway, because I've got to start adding all the alerts and things like that. So it just has to have a little triangle or something to say there's a break here, or it doesn't understand font. It doesn't understand words and things like that. It understands triangles, dots, and EMA lines and things like that. Because that's
so when you want to do, for example, price touches order block or touch the golden pocket, you have to put a circle or triangle or whatever on that.
Point, yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like I said, it doesn't do every single indicator. It does a big number of indicators, especially things like the oscillators and things like the waves and the RSIs and all of those kind of things that we've seen. And if I add triangles and things like that to the market cipher, the market structure, the smart money indicator will work as well. I think it had another. No, it didn't. Baby. With the innovation, we get these kind of products. So I do try to continue innovating as much as I possibly can. I do realize that some of the innovations will not kick off straight away and take time for a small group of people to like them before everybody will start liking them. But I do try to continue innovating because I think that's where we're going to come across some great ideas. Even things like arbitrage, which I've had quite a lot of profit in recently, I think is important for us to explore.
I'm not sure. I personally think it cannot be good because the spreads are so small.
Because the price is too small.
The spread.
Yes, the spread is too small. Yeah, yes. Yeah. There's. I've got a guy. What's his name? Can't remember. Jace. No, hold on. I don't want to say his wrong name because that would be rude of me. Just bear me 2 seconds. I'll have a look at my Gmail account. He's hopefully going to come and talk to us about arbitrage. Sean.
I tested so much in the past, but never it was profitable. But maybe when you use very small exchanges, but yeah, you have more experience last month.
Like I said, this is very much like David AGI is innovating, trying to find products that can bring profit to everybody, and Baby David isn't really profit. It's more of for anybody looking to try and test their own strategies and things like that, and come up with ideas. But arbitrage is something that I've just been testing over the past couple. I should imagine it's a month and a bit, really. Just testing Python scripts, trying to work out which ones have most potential, which indicators work well for arbitrage and things like that. I have a setup which I've found thanks to a guy called Sean, as I said, and it's working. I'm not saying it's the most profitable, but it is working, but it hasn't been working long enough, and arbitrage is extremely hard to backtest. So it could be just the luck of the draw of this month. So I'll continue testing it, but it's a discussion I'd like to bring to the forum to the Discord. Shows how old I am when I'm talking about forums. Yeah, I'll be talking about MSN and Yahoo chat soon. Back to the Discord, because even if it isn't profitable, at least we'll know. At least we'll be able to test it. At least I would have tested it for your guys. At least with a small group of people, we would be able to test and see whether it is good or not, like some of the RSI strategies and things like that. But yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm trying to, with this new website, trying to bring more people like Kevin David to the group, to Sean, people like that kind of experience to our group, so that they can come and talk about it. So you don't have to just rely on what I've learned over the past 2 years. Yeah, we've got other people as well, so I'm trying to do that at the moment.
Yeah, that's great. Yes, absolutely, I love it. But you not yet consider to convert all or the most famous strategies to Python?
Yes and no. Yes. I started building for this one here, because the problem is I don't want to just go out and build them as an open source script, because I end up with the same sort of problem as David AGI. If you don't know how to use them, it becomes a problem for people not being able to use them because they don't know how to use Python and things like that. So I did start building them for this platform here, Jess AI over here. I started building it for this one because I found this one to be the most robust and best platform for backtesting and things like that. I built the strategies from the one, so the one with my brain's completely gone. The three strategies on the one I built in here, the bigger extender and those ones there. I've started building them for this one, and putting them onto this platform here and started backtesting and things like that. Then I realized that they're actually quite pricey for the live plugin. I don't remember how much it was. Can't remember how much it was, so that's why I stopped development for it, because I didn't realize.
You can then use it for backtesting.py.
I can happily do them, no problem whatsoever. But like I said, they're very manual. You have to know how to do Python. Yeah, once I'm building on a Mac and somebody else might be building on Windows. I do know that with the Mac M1 chip, for instance, the TA-lib is extremely hard to install. And I do realize that this is why I bring so many strategies to TradingView and things like that, is because it's installed for everybody. It's easy to use, and as Python isn't always easy to use. So they're the reasons that I haven't really gone much further on this. Jess AI was, I think it's $500 for their I think it is, if I remember rightly, the $500 for their live trading. Now I do know that they had a partnership with BitGet, so I'm not sure that they may not be.
Yeah, but you have also a partnership with VectorBT.
VectorBT, we're still sponsors of. You can still get a license for. I did do a couple of open source scripts for VectorBT, but it's the same. It's where I put my energy and the time and things like that, because I built them and they got like 4 stars on GitHub, or 4 stars or 4 or 5 downloads off of GitHub, and I realized, very much like you said, that my time is probably best building the boilerplate and making it better than it is trying to explain VectorBT to a very small number in the group as such. Although I love Python, is my bread and butter. I absolutely love coding in Python. I spend hours and hours and hours and love it, but 100 times more than I do TradingView's PineScript, because you can just get so much more. But I do understand that not everybody knows how to Python, so I have to bring what I can to the biggest number possible here as such.
Yeah, and there's no possibility to create something that people can use a web interface for testing Python strategies, so that they do not have to use, so that they not need knowledge with Python.
But am I not reinventing the wheel? Because there's like capital AI, and there's absolutely tons of them that actually, like even TradeLab AI, they kind of already do those kind of things and quite well.
Yeah, but I think with TradeLab.ai, we still can't backtest very fast TradingView strategies.
Yes,
And I think it will be much easier when we have a much faster way for backtesting the TradingView strategies. And therefore, we probably need them to convert to Python, but then we must have an easy way, so we can use a web interface, for example, and still can backtest on Python and get the settings to use in PineScript.
I understand the problem, and I have started building a what do you call it? A way of Python. I can't remember the words. My brain's completely mushed. Sorry to be rude about it. I have started building an emulator for PineScript in Python. I got quite far with it, but there is just so many functions for me to code inside Python that it's taken a long while. So it's become pretty much a side project where I just do it occasionally over the weekend, trying to build this emulator as such. There's tons of people that have tried inside of GitHub that you can see, but eventually I'll get there, and they'll probably upgrade to PineScript 6, and I'll have to restart. But no, I will continue building that. It's something that I also experimented with this baby AGI. I asked it to start building an emulator in Python for PineScript. And it did a not too bad a job. It certainly has helped me with quite a lot of functions. maybe I can continue working on that, and eventually I'll come up with something with Baby AGI as such. It's not Baby David AGI, it was Baby AGI, the original project. I managed to build something with that, but I'll continue trying to build something for that.
Oh, this will be great. I think it will help a lot of users.
Yes.
I think it must be one of the top priorities.
Yes. Yeah, but the people are still going to have to understand Pine script and things like that, so we still end up with the same sort of problems. But
yeah,
I don't know. I know that the what do you call it? There is a website. I'll try and find it. There's a website that's got a very short name. That does. You can literally copy and paste Pine scripts into it, and it will backtest for you. Yeah, it's out there. I can't remember what it was called. I found it while I was on holiday. When I went away for the weekend in France. I found it while I was there. It seems like it's not many people know about it, because I mean it looks like the project's been given up on, but it works. So I'll try and find it for you again.
Okay. Then it must be open source.
It's not open source. It's a closed source website. If I go to I remember how I found it. It's Johnny, because I find, like yourself, I go through the backtesting results quite often, and I found a backtesting result called Johnny's Bot, and this is how I found it. If I go to Johnny's Bot, here we go. I think it's this one here. Maybe it's not as thingy. If I go to this website here, it's fmz.com. Maybe it's more well known than I thought, actually. If you go to fmz.com, it'll give you a P&L and backtesting results for any Pine script. It works out the Pine script levels here. God, I'm surprised that I found this so fast. You can log in, you can copy it, and you can even optimize that strategy. It's not mega fast, but it's a bit like the optimizer. You can leave it in the background and let it optimize. I'll put the link into the description here, so you can have a look. I don't know how good it is. Like I said, I found it while I was on holiday, and when I tried playing around with it, it looked like the project's been given up on, to be honest.
Good to study.
Yeah, it could be a test. Sorry about my telephone.
Your phone.
2 seconds. Of course, my phone on the first floor. Okay, no problem. Sorry about the background noise. Anyway, yeah, so might be worth looking at. Maybe I can request an API, or even, they've got an API, so maybe I can have a look at the API and see if I can't import scripts into it and use that, maybe.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Cool. Maybe it isn't. I mean, look at the stats. I mean, there's lots of people using it. Maybe. Worth looking at.
A lot of strategy. Wow.
Sorry?
A lot of strategies.
Yeah. Marco is not going to sleep this weekend.
No.
Yeah, and like I said, they also do the optimization and things like that, so you can see some optimized results on not all of them. Some of them are paid for, so a lot of the strategies are paid for inside of it, so you have to pay for them to look at the backtesting results and things like that, but you can optimize them.
Yeah, okay.
It's worth a look.
David, any update about the optimizer with the walk forward or the in and out option?
No, so what I've done with the optimizer is I've left it at the moment because TradingView are going through a lot of changes. So I've decided not to develop this week because we've had like 2 updates this week, I think it was, and that's actually updating again at the moment. So Matt's okay, by the way, Marco.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, if he's updating this again, so hopefully we'll see a new update again. And then what I'm going to just do is leave it for like a week or 2 because I don't want to build loads of things that everything will fall apart and then we'll think it's bugs inside these new features, and actually it's an update from TradingView. So I'm just going to leave them to update TradingView. You can see in the background in their source code that things are getting updated at the moment, so there's obviously going to be some new features coming soon. I'll leave them to update, and then as soon as they've updated, I'll get back to adding new features to the optimizer.
Okay. And now you're looking for new developer for the optimizer?
And not only the optimizer, there's things like the Python scripts. There's still quite a few things that I'd like to build upon. So I'm always looking for developers. Like I said, I prefer to find somebody in the community because obviously it's good to support back people that are inside our community, and also I'd like to find somebody who knows you guys a little bit better. Yeah. So there's also the big problem, like I said, I find since ChatGPT is about that going through freelancer.com and upwork.com an absolute nightmare, because almost everybody's become article writers and
But also with good
developers.
reviews.
I don't know. Maybe not so many good reviews, but yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I generally
But normally I
choose
watch
only good
for the
reviews.
coders that they have very good reviews. Else I do not talk with them.
Yeah, I don't ever. I only ever look for 5-star, 4-star people as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also people that have got good completed work, because I also know that freelancers and things like that. Well, freelancer.com. There's a lot of people that can get out of getting those reviews by just like leaving the contract before it even starts, things like that. So you can see by the number of contracts that have been completed and things like that, which I find is good reference on these websites. But since ChatGPT's come out, maybe it's people are a bit like me, take too much work on or something like that, and because of ChatGPT, they think they could take on more. I don't know, but I certainly have had a lot of ChatGPT scripts sent to me recently. Lots of them. You can tell because as soon as you install them, they just it's not that you can tell they're the simple bugs that you can tell that people haven't bothered trying to fix, or everything's on one page, nothing's no longer built into classes or things like that. So yeah.
I don't know other good marketplaces in also the UK that you can look for people. And there are which have normal prices.
Yeah, I've the guy that Sean that I was talking about earlier, he has a website that I've only found yesterday. I don't know if it's any good or not, but it seems to be like you can buy scripts from and get in contact with the people that build scripts, and it's very much in the crypto trading world. So I will try and get in contact with a couple of the developers from that. I find that the best places is to try and find some decent GitHubs. You find somebody who's got quite passionate about a project.
Chart with upwards trend, lunch and learn.
Yeah, they've got some decent projects. They're quite passionate about a crypto project or a backtesting project or something like that, and that seems to be the best place for finding freelancers.
Yes, that's also what I sometimes think, because I see the replies in GitHub for the optimizer for that version, and I think there are maybe also good persons that want to help you with your version.
Yeah, absolutely. I've reached out to a couple of them before. I haven't had that many replies, but I have reached out to a couple. But a couple of the Python scripts, many of the indicators I find from people that like the SMC indicator, the multi-time frame order blocks. I didn't code in the slightest myself. It was built by a guy called Jay, I believe, as well, if I remember rightly. He built the multi-time frame order blocks for me, and it was an indicator that he already built. I phoned him up and asked him if he wanted to do a bit of freelancing. He did the work for me, and great job, absolutely brilliant job. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't have enough time to do day-to-day jobs like we would need here, but when needed, I can count on a couple of them, so that's cool. So if you're looking for freelancers to do Python scripts and things like that, I think the best place is probably to find something that you like on TradingView and contact the people directly via DM. Don't DM me, because I was joking. Do
you have time, David?
No. Yeah, no. There's a huge amount of scripts that have been sent me recently for backtesting, checking the backtesting results and things like that. And that's another thing that ChatGPT has done, is given Bollinger Bands a humongously good reputation to algo trading strategies that just look so overfitted. It's unbelievable. I must receive, I don't know, I'm going to say 10 per week just to be nice, but I should imagine that I get at least, Bollinger Band strategies since ChatGPT's out has become crazy. The amount of strategies that people send me that just look extremely overfitted. Number one, so many people are using the look forward function of TradingView. So it's looking at the day like the ABCD strategy did. So many people are using it and not realizing that it could just destroy an account as such. So many people are using it. It's unbelievable.
But who is sending that? The Discord members?
Discord members, email addresses, everything directly to my email address that they find on YouTube, Twitter. I get so many tweets. It's unbelievable. Even Instagram and things like that. I get a couple of people asking for me to backtest their trading strategies and things like that. There's a difference to what was done before. And before, people have been asking me to code them. Now they send me the code from whoever sent them to it and things like that. But or mostly, I should imagine ChatGPT and things like that. But unfortunately, like I said, the other thing is the fees. Nobody's adding the fees, and as soon as you add the fees to them, they're destroyed. They're destroyed, unfortunately.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. ChatGPT is absolutely fantastic for coding, but unfortunately for unrealistic results, you have to be very, very careful.
So is Trigger Trade working right now?
Yes, it's working fine, no problem whatsoever. There's a couple of features that are not available in Trigger Trade, which are available inside of the boilerplate. Things like the candle.
Dead zone. Is that
Sorry?
that all right? Dead zone.
Dead zone's fine. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. There's the features like the candle close, the stop loss, which ignores the candle close, or wick. Sorry. That one you have to be a bit more of an advanced user for Trigger Trade, or ask William to help you with. And some other features like that. They're just like trading stop losses, which are not part of Trigger Trade, but are part of other platforms. But it's working fine for things like Dead Zone.
I see. Brilliant. Thanks.
So no problem.
Yeah, David. One question, David.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. As we all know that the lowest time frame you trade, it's harder to keep a strategy in a stable for a longer period, right?
Yes.
So let's say like you backtest a strategy and it's very good, and then you apply it on your live strategy. I mean, in your live tradings.
Yes.
How do you find that the strategy is out patterns, out shapes, like all this?
Overfit, well, obviously. So as you said, the lower the time frame. I've tried plenty of times to trade 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 15 minutes seems to be really the lowest that I've ever been able to find anything that's long enough in the time. So
I mean it's like you trade it. I mean, like, you apply the strategy in your tradings, and one day it maybe goes out of patterns, out of shapes, and you don't know. How do you track on that? Like, let's say a strategy that you apply have a true Sortino or 5 Sortino, and then it will change in one day, but you won't know. But how do you know? How do you?
It's a hard one. It's a hard one that I sort of went over. Even we went over with Kevin Davey in his strategy when we were talking about it. It's a hard one to tell, because it's always hard to say, right, okay, I'm going to turn this strategy off. Personally, what I do is I leave them on what I've got my personal creation of Incubate. I leave it
Yep.
to record the results over a period of around 3 months for a trading strategy on a lower time frame. Around 3 months, I just leave it on there, and then I go back and look at those results. If there's too much of a difference, I certainly won't trade it. You'll be able to tell if there's too much of a difference over that 3 month period. If when you bring it up live, it's different, but no, it starts react. It won't react different, but you're starting to get too many long losses in a row and things like that. I'm sure after the 3 months period, if you testing it on even not on real money, but on you'll kind of have a feeling that the things are not going in your way. You also have your things like your drawdown. These are the kind of things you have to put into place before building a trading strategy. You have to know what you feel comfortable with as a drawdown, and at that point, I'd put all of those things down on a piece of paper before actually launching a bot and say, right, okay, I'm going to turn this bot off if it has on a lower time frame a lower max drawdown. Those kind of things I put down on paper before launching a trading strategy. It's because it goes against what I feel is correct. It's got to be personal feeling, I guess, or personal rules that you put in place as such.
I don't really use Incubate. The one is the Incubate generates the report like in this period that what's the sorting of it or how?
It's just as easy really just to create a chart on TradingView, put it, rename it the date that you're decided to leave it trading. So you give it a name and a date on the inside the name of the TradingView. This is how I did it for quite a while, and just literally leave that chart. You can go and consult it, but not actually change any of this settings. Just leave it on TradingView to run in the background for a couple of months. Like I said, consult it, go and see the results, but leave it to trade as if it's traded. Oh, sorry, you got a. I hope everything's all right. Sounds like a fire alarm. I'm just going to turn your voice back. Is everything all right? Okay, it sounded like a fire alarm.
Yeah, it's okay. Good. TradingView. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No problem. Yeah, so you can sort of like rename the chart, give it a name with the date up the top, then leave it, come back to it every couple of weeks to see how it's going. You'll start to see whether it's going in as you expect or not by the equity curve, the number of trades that are taken since you've left it, things like that. Then come back after a period that you set in your forward testing plan as such. Like I said, 3 months or a number of trades. I also do that. A good number of trades. If it's a really low time frame, 20 trades. If it's a much higher time frame, it could be maybe a smaller number. Whatever it is, you decide to. It depends whether it's scalping or whatever. It could be something that keeps positions open longer, even if it is on a smaller time frame. So you go back, you look at how it's doing, and it's got to be sort of your trading plan. I feel
I think I would just I would just go more into the Incubate. I think that's the answer. Like to track
look
all
at incubating. It's something that I've asked David to touch up on as well, because he's got 20 years of incubating and algo trading behind him. And it was very much thanks to the lessons that I've learned from his courses and things like that. I've asked him to talk about it a bit in his courses. Well, they're not courses, but his monthly webinars here when he comes. So it's kind of things that we can ask him when he's here as well, because he's very, very good at that kind of thing.
All right. On the other hand,
yeah, go ahead.
On the other hand, regarding the arbitrage, how do you find their means or their a line that they will converge, and the correlation shape? How do you find it? Like, do we do we trade arbitrage in TradingView? Like, as you so on.
No, it's done through Python. There is no real way of doing it through. There's a couple of indicators. There's the Z index that you can find on TradingView. There's the co-integrated also that's on TradingView as well. If you add those two indicators to your platform, you can get an idea. I have a guy coming, hopefully in, or maybe a course of which we'll be able to go through all of those kind of things. He's very, very good at it. I'll send you a message as well, so with his name, or I'll put it in the platform in the general chat with his name and things like that after this conversation. And everything that I've learned has come from not just him, but from him and the references that he's given me and the references that I found on the internet. So there's lots of different ways of doing it. Let me find the resources, because the resources will be the best way of putting it through. Because very much, like I said, I've kind of it's something that I've been doing for 2 months. So I'm no way in the world an expert in it at all. It's as I've been coding it, I've been learning things and testing things. I also started arbitrage. It was probably about 6 or 7 months ago. I did a arbitrage between exchanges, different exchanges, looking for, and that was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare.
I mean,
and
it's
doesn't
very
work
hard.
in the slightest. Yeah, I think that the gap has been closed on that pretty much, and it's pretty much the opportunity is now gone. But actually, finding arbitrage on the same exchange seems to still have a bit of an opportunity. You still can find an edge on it. Let me find the resources for you, and I'll send the links to everybody.
All right.
I would give you some more information, but if you could just wait until tomorrow, because I'm going to have an appointment with the guy tomorrow. And I'd like him to come in and talk to us. It would probably be much better if he comes in and talks to us, and don't want to sort of blow the opportunity of him coming in and talking to us, because it'd be best from the horse's mouth as such.
Yeah. I think it's better that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I will share also my GitHub today for arbitrage, because even, like I said, even though it has been around only for 2 months, it has earned a bit of money, and maybe it'll be something that you guys might want to have a look into. It has all the references for the indicators and things like that on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Cool. Cool. I don't know if there's any. I've looked for messages in the chat over here, and there's no messages. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry, Jerry, I just saw your message. I'm not sure you're here. Okay, I didn't realize the Python has a waiting list for free accounts. I didn't realize that. There is a way of doing it without it. I'll have a look at adding it, because I know that it's not particularly expensive, but it is an expense. So I'll see if I can't add to David, because I mean, the long-term memory that we're actually really using for this project doesn't need anything as extensive as Pinecone. So I'll try and find a way of building a free database for it as well. So if anybody wants to use that as well. I mean, it isn't that weighty. Cool. Right. Let me see if I've got anything else. I was going through. I've already spoken about OptiBot and Botify. Oh, I've got the Mason. Oh, I spelled tomorrow wrong. That's very good, isn't it? Mason ribbon tomorrow for backtesting. Trying to build that for tomorrow as the strategy. This one here is still in review. It's a plugin for manual traders for Chrome that sits on TradingView, sort of for these strategies like the SMC. That's currently in review. I had to do a couple of modifications for it to work quickly. Hopefully I'll be able to get a review for it for Google. The first review is always the longest. Then afterwards it should be pretty simple to get it accepted by Google, because there isn't any extensive permissions or anything. Yeah, that's as I was
Question.
saying. Yeah, sure.
The Mason, how is it as strategy? What's your expectation?
I don't know because I don't know because it's quite complex as to get these the ribbons to react well, and I have to build things in the algorithm so it doesn't take too many entries and things like that. I've got to say that there is one thing based on the rules with the most minimum rules. It was profitable, but had a low win rate, but was extremely profitable. It had, I think it was a 30 or 40%, between 30 and 40% win rate, but it was extremely profitable and had quite a lot of trades. So if I can get it so it doesn't take all of those little tiny trades, you know, that it was bouncing off of the lines, so the ribbon. If I can get it so it doesn't take all of those trades, I expect to be able to take up the win rate and also increase the profitability of it. So,
yeah. Very small stop losses?
Oh, yeah, the stop losses are small on it. It depends because he also has a new one which has got the super trend, a longer super trend, which makes the stop losses a bit longer.
Other question. I saw that you wrote a message a few days ago about a very, very good scalping SMC strategy.
Yes.
Wrote it in the whole strategy part.
Yeah, I think that I'll be honest. I think it may be overfitted. To be honest, it's not. And yeah, I'm gonna be critical of myself. I think it may be not fitted as well as I hoped it would have been. The results are still good, but the win rates I've been testing it since the day, well, about 2 or 3 days before. The 2-3 days before were great. Since haven't been absolutely as great. So I'm just going to leave it to run to see what happens. I don't want to like pump out anything that looks absolutely fantastic and could potentially destroy anybody's accounts as such. Problem with
not going to put it in the graveyard or for people that want to test it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you can show the link.
Yeah, sure, no problem whatsoever. It's not a problem. It's very much sort of the same sort of problem. It's a low time frame. It has absolutely fantastic equity curve. And the problem is as soon as these kind of strategies that have lots and lots of trades, they can go absolutely the other way around. So I will put humongous graphics to say to everybody to be careful if it doesn't work out for me. But I will put it into the graveyard or anywhere else.
Yes, please.
So you can play with it.
Yes, I like to test it.
Of course, no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. Like I said, the backtesting results were fantastic. Even with fees and everything looked absolutely wonderful. And it hasn't been going on for long enough for me actually really to judge it. It's just the past couple of days haven't been great. So I have a funny feeling that it's not as good as I was hoping it to be. But I tried to be honest.
Maybe it's every strategy has a drawdown period. So
of course, yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
But that's why I've left it to run, and I won't get rid of it. I mean, some strategies on higher time frames you can tell because it's a higher time frame. Some lower time frames, like I said, you have to be careful because you get a lot of strategy, and it can be just like you said, a small drawdown period, and it could be that tomorrow it'll be absolutely brilliant. So I'll leave it to run to see how it goes. And
okay, thanks.
As soon as I'm broke,
I like to see the link. If you want to post the link, please.
Sure, no problem. So no problem. I'll be. I posted those screenshots very early in the morning. I think it was whilst I was coding, and I couldn't blooming find them. I only found them I didn't realize. I thought I posted them into the general chat. Otherwise, I would have continued the conversation. I couldn't find them again afterwards. So yeah, I coding too late or getting up too early again. So I will. Yeah, no problem. I will post now that I found them. I found them in. I think it was in the Fantail or something like that in one of the forums. Now that I found them, I will continue to post them to everybody with a link and everything.
Thanks again.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
There we've got. Yeah, that's it really. I think. Oh yeah, like I said, Kevin Davies is coming back monthly, which is cool. I'm trying to get as many experienced traders in here as possible to give different edges to different people. Maybe, like I said, arbitrage with Python, things like that, trying to find somebody to come and explain that a little bit better. Kevin, who has an extensive background, a championship winner of algo trading against manual traders. He has won championships. So yeah, so he is absolutely brilliant to have him part of the community. And
Be something with for DCA.
Find somebody that talks about DCA.
Yeah, I thought you were also implementing DCA, or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm implementing DCA into the strategy as part of a very simple, like in a trigger trade. If I can find somebody who's a DCA, I know that what was his name? I was part of one of his groups. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe he's always talking in Trading Parrot.
Okay, what was his name, Marco?
They often call him Baker, Baker Bots.
Okay.
The Trading Parrot has regularly videos with him.
Okay, I don't know him. I'll have a look.
A Dutch guy.
Okay. I'll ask him. I'll send him a message. If you see him and don't mind asking him to reach out, I'll have him talk to him. I'll do it.
I saw him several times in the Discord channel. I don't know which one it was because I never studied it. Last month, not.
Okay. I'll have a look.
But
I'll have a look.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Fantastic. Yeah. The more people we can get in, the better. Like I said, to extend knowledge and talking to each other and things like that would be great.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, diversify. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And when is Kevin coming? Is there already a date set?
So we're kind of between two dates at the moment. The first one is I'm not sure if Vlad's here or not.
11th.
11th, and the second date maybe
18th.
Thank you, Vlad. The 11th or the 18th. So that's when it. Yeah, because the 11th of April is going to make No problem. Yeah. So the 11th or the 18th of May is when he starts coming in, and he'll be in once a month to do a chat. Like I said, the idea is that he'll be chatting about a subject that's algorithmic trading orientated, and then first of all he's going to introduce himself because obviously not everybody knows Kevin. But then he's going to go through a subject, and then he'll go through an AMA where hopefully we'll come up with some great questions for Kevin that will help us to grow as well. And yeah, he's also going to have a room in the chat so that you can find things like his course and things like that. He does some great books. So yeah. Cool.
Is he going to decide the topic?
We've given him. We've given him a number of topics that I found on his YouTube channel. There's no reason that we can't go into. But like I said, he's going to have his own room. We can sort of discuss with him what he talks about next time. He's open. He's very, very open to what he talks about. Very open to the amount of time that he spends with us and things like that. Obviously, not days on him, but he'll quite happily come in and talk to us. I mean, he's a very nice guy, as you probably saw. So very open to helping the community. So if you've got questions, I'm sure that he'll certainly do a topic on that.
I'll look if I can find some nice topics.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Marco.
Okay.
No, that's great. That's brilliant. That was pretty much everything. As you all know, Johnny's doing streams on the channel as well. It went quite well yesterday with William, so I think that they're going to do another one next Wednesday. Is that right, William?
Yeah, that's right. He has a problem on Monday. That's why we moved to Wednesday.
Yeah. Hopefully Scope's going to be coming back to do some smart money trading chats. I think talking about the new indicator, because he seems to be finding some quite good entries with the new indicator, which I'm quite happy about, which is cool. And Binance are going to be doing some TA. The guy does, like I said, quite a lot of on-chain data analysis, which is cool because it's something that I'm particularly interested in. It's a bit selfish of my own self, but I think it's quite cool to be able to find some different data than what we got from TradingView. He does quite a lot of that, so yeah, look forward to that as well. Like I said, any ideas that you guys have got for Binance that I can make better for us, to make things better for newbies of the channel, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll happily try and integrate them. I'll do my best to offer the best strategies that I can on the platform, and if it's what everybody wants, I'll quite happily continue. Otherwise, we'll find whatever it is in the future. So yeah, I thought it was a good way of doing things a bit easier. And that's about all. If anybody's got any questions, I'll quite happily answer questions.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm confused.
Oh, sorry, I think I interrupted somebody.
It was just
go ahead.
It's you guys.
Okay. So while on the topic of different data, I was really happy to see the high block presentation last week. It was a really interesting conversation. And I was keen to ask, because I know that this is going to be a really interesting topic for everybody, and it's like really useful data. Have you thought of a way for us to be able to use those metrics in our strategies? And do you think that is going to be possible somehow in the near future?
Yeah, so as another kind of side project, I have started to build in Python. This is the problem that I get is the Python being so hard to install for everybody that doesn't understand Python. So I have to find alternatives. But I am trying to build at the moment a boilerplate in Python so that I can backtest order block, order flow and things like that from their strategies. I've also started building Glassnode. Now we might have somebody from Glassnode come in, I'm not sure. Glassnode have a kind of a new backtester that they've built as well, which allows us to look at on-chain data and backtest the strategies on there as well. Glassnode is a bit pricey, I think, if I remember rightly, but there are alternatives, so could be something that we could look at afterwards. Maybe looking at the strategies and then finding our own ways as such.
So that's, you're planning to build this in Python. Does that mean that we are going to be able to use it with like our strategies in TradingView by some sort of a plugin, or I don't know, Google Chrome add-on, or like, is this going to work, or you're going to keep it like built in Python for like external uses, I guess?
No, what I'll do is I'll backtest build strategies in Python, and very much like the baby David AGI. If enough people are interested in on-chain data and things like that, I will find a solution to make it easy for everybody. Whether that means that we partnership with some other platform and find a way, very much like High Blocks or whatever it is, where the data comes from. I'll find a way of making it easy for us to trade that, whether it's a plugin that goes straight from TradingView that sends an alert to another platform, or we build our own web interface. I will find a way of connecting it all together if that's what everybody would like, and I get enough interest in it as such. It's very much like I said earlier, the Botify. It wasn't, not many people got really interested in it until you got interested in it, and now I've got lots of people interested in it, so that's really cool. So and as soon as when people get interested in things, I'll happily put my efforts and work on things that everybody's interested in, because that way I can please as many people as possible.
Great. That would be great, really, because like yesterday, I got in touch with Felipe. I think mate, you're on the call right now. He was actually trying to build a really simple strategy that it's hard to do without Botify. But right now, I'll try to get back to you, mate, a bit later. And I think I will be able to help you to do that by yourself and put down your logic into a strategy with only a few clicks. So I do think that starting now, Bodify will really get traction, and I do hope that the other metrics like on-chain data, order flow, speed of candle, and etc. are really going to be interesting to the other members, because using them from a manual trading perspective, I have lots of edge doing it. And even if we don't form like strategies only using those metrics, but use them as another layer of confluence, I think it's going to be extremely useful. So yeah, David, if I or like can help you in any way to do that, I don't know how, but please let me know. I would be happy to do so.
Absolutely. The most simplest way is to if you have an idea of a strategy, is to formulate it the most simple way that you possibly can on a notepad or whatever it is, so that I can put down those rules into script. When I say simply, the problem is when we go into large formats of text, it sometimes gets a bit lost in the if and else statement. So as simple as possible, you can write it down onto a notepad, and then I'll just code it, and then we'll back test it together, and then you give me back your feedback and things like that, so I can improve on it. But
sure.
yeah,
Okay, I'll get back to it with some examples.
Cool, fantastic. Fantastic. Right. Sorry, I know that Jerry had a question.
Yeah, hey David. It was me again. I think it's regarding the margin. I see in the general chat and also on the trigger trade section already some discussions starting.
Yes.
I think it still has some quirks in it. In the particular case that when it tries to open the position on, for example, Bybit, it seems it wants to open a way smaller position than the actual alert is giving off. So,
okay.
For example,
that will probably be due to setting up by trying to use percentage or a fixed amount instead of using a quantity absolute value base.
All right, so then we should change that. I think it's quantity then to 1 or 2 in the trigger trade.
No, it'll be quantity at 0. You have to use your value to be able to get the exact percentage.
Okay, good to know, William. Thanks.
What I'll do is I'm going to spend my evening fixing those kind of things. Like I said, building my idea of the trigger trade background, which I've already done. I sent a couple of the screenshots of the code to the group a long while ago. Well, not long ago, a couple of days ago, I think it was, to do sort of a proof of difference of code, and. I hope that what I'll do is I'll try and get into a live stream with everybody and literally just go through all of the settings that I can possibly think of, test them on a very low time bot, and then if anybody has any other ideas that I can backtest on, I'll backtest at the same time as such. So that way we can go through all of the possible trades with the possible setups so that I don't miss anything.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do see Jay, for example, mentioning that he has quantity in percentage 0. So I don't know. It's a weird one. I think I've tried all 3 variations, but I haven't been able to open a position that matches the quantity that was in the alert. So it was way smaller, like a factor 100 smaller or something.
Okay, that means that it's probably applying leverage. Not applying leverage before sending it to the. How much is your leverage at?
I think on that one it was around 50x or something.
So it might be that it's not applying leverage before sending it. That could be the bug. Let me have a look, because I know that I actually coded in 2, because you also have the before leverage and after leverage value, obviously from TradingView that you can send. So I will have a look to see what I'm sending to the exchange. Which trading strategy are you using, Jerry, or is it?
I think it was on. I've had it on the Dead Zone version 4 with multi-time frame, and I think I've had it on the Super FMA as well.
Sorry, I didn't get the last one. Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
Was it Super FMA?
Super MFA. Okay, yeah. The Fairtail. Okay. Fairtail. Okay, I will have a look as soon as we get off the call today. I'll make it, like I said, over the past, about I think it was about 24, 48 hours ago. It's become my priority over the past 48 hours to find out why that function isn't working. I've managed to find out why it wasn't sending it, so now I need to get it so it's absolutely perfect, and then I will send a message to everybody.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Joe. Okay.
Dinner time.
Who's that for then? You?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Well, yeah, I can hear. Wow. What are we eating tonight, Barco?
I don't know yet.
What are you cooking us?
I'm going to have dinner.
Okay, mate. Enjoy your meal and
Okay. Thank
have
you
a nice
very
evening,
much.
everybody.
All guys.
Have a nice evening, mate. If there's any other questions, other than that, I will leave you all to it, and I will do my best to get all of the features that have bloomed up over the past couple of weeks back up and running, so that everybody can trade perfectly back like they were before. CG, did you have a question? No? Sorry, I saw it was flickering, so I thought maybe you had a question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can indeed, yes.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I actually thought I got it on permanent mute. Oh.
No problem. How are
Anyway,
you going?
thank you very much. I just tuned in at the beginning and at the end. I'm just wondering, for those of us, which includes me, that are quite busy during the day and have a hard time following all of the wonderful resources, for example, by scopes,
yes.
If there's actually a plan to sort of not only have this trigger trade, but have service where you can just not even select so much among strategies, but just get going and have, I don't know, via Bybit or via your broker, some of the most successful strategies just starting to trade for you without the need to really dig through hours of technical analysis or understanding the indicator.
Yeah.
The addition of FOREX.
Yeah, well, it was one of the topics that we were talking about today was Pinex. I'm looking for platforms like this one here to try and make it easy for everybody to just be able to install any kind of strategy setup that I might find or other users might find in one or two clicks by literally clicking it with validated back testing and things like that all in one place so you can see. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to build at the moment.
Oh, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that, and I'm sure it's a service that a lot of people, even outside of the community, would be willing to pay for.
It's one thing that I don't know what to do because because obviously you all log in with the Patreon and things like that. I have to work out a way of being able to log in through Pinex if you purchase the Pinex. Obviously, it wouldn't be fair if I made it a totally free signal as all you guys already pay. So I need to work out a way of logging in through that so you can log in through that. But I obviously don't want to add additional costs for everybody as little as I possibly can, as I always do. Try to make everything as included as possible. So it's a balance I'm trying to find. Yes.
Well, I think the easiest way to find this balance is to not make it a fixed fee, but to make it like a percentage fee. Like, somebody may be trading $100 because he's from Africa and it's a lot of money for him.
Yes.
And, for people like us, maybe we don't have such a big problem to shell out 10,000 on a trading account. And then you could apply different percentages and obviously have a fair way of calculating them. Let's say you're up 3 months and then there's 1 month that is negative. And obviously you wouldn't be charging a profit share. That's what I'm talking about, essentially, unless the profit is again in the positive that it was before we had a slam down, because otherwise you could have like 3 months in a row plus 10% or plus 50%, whatever, and then 1 month takes all of those away. The next month is in profits again, and obviously you'd be paying more fees than profit. So if you find a fair way to work that out,
Yeah,
I think a lot of professional services, they charge like 30%. So if you charge like 10% and maybe 3 to 5 for the community, I don't think anybody would complain.
Yeah, I agree. The only I totally agree. And I don't want to put like bad things into the situation. The only problem with it is that when taking percentage off of people, it kind of removes your edge from the market. It's a bit like having extra bank fees, because obviously I'm not going to, I wouldn't share the losses. And that's where your edge is removed, because obviously I'm not sharing the losses. I'm not refunding the fee, because it just doesn't work like that inside the platform. So it means that your fees become, instead of if you find a trading strategy where you get 51%, you've got that 1% win rate extra as your edge. But because of trading fees, that 51% really isn't an edge, because you're paying trading fees. If you're paying my fee on top of that, which is a commission share as such, it kind of removes your edge, because I'm not sharing the loss. That I did think of that, to be honest, and I think it is a fair way. It's just that I have to make sure that I'm not removing your trading edge and taking all of your wins and not sharing the losses.
Well, I mean, if you make a fair calculation, let's say 1 month brings us 20%, and you just calculate, hey, he's going to have 5% points in profit, which leaves him with 15 clean percent in profits, and 10% of that would be 1.5 percentage points. I think that would be great. And to be honest, I think if the strategies get further refined, especially with the new indicators that you have, maybe much higher than 20-30%, and who cares of spending 2 or 3 percentage points on a 10% gain? I mean, it's way more than you will ever get from a bank. I mean, if you beat the inflation.
Sure, absolutely, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I just need to make sure that I'm not taking away your edge, so I'll do the calculations as I go. But I totally agree with you. It's maybe the way to go forward.
Well, very interesting things you have coming. I just got going with your indicator, and it seems to be really interesting for indices trading, especially with these fair value gaps. I mean, you can almost get really good sniper entries if you're, shorting the top end or longing the lower end.
Like I said, Scope is really very much the expert in that side, but it seems very, very good. I like the ABCs myself inside of order blocks and things like that, and it certainly I like it as well. Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
And just very quickly as a side note, if you are looking for Scopes recordings and things like that, I'm also trying to make everything a bit more organized on this website, which you'll get invited to soon. So you'll be able to find everything much more easier if you're, like you said, you're working and finding things a bit easier.
Yeah, I found his channel, and he's got a Scopes teaching channel, or no course, SMC course. I found that. So yeah, well, the videos are extremely long. Yes, I mean, if I had the time to look them through and understand them, maybe I could edit them down to I'm sure there's a way of getting them down to 45 minutes or less, maybe even 5 minutes on the essentials.
I use ChatGPT to cut them down for you.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Right.
Well, thanks a lot.
No, thank you. Thank you very much for all the questions. Yeah, and so I don't know if anybody else has got any questions before I leave you guys to it. Like I said, I'm going to be playing around with the margin to try and find out what's going on with that one with William this evening, and the strategies, and trying to build some extra strategies for everybody. Take care, everybody.
Hey,
sorry.
Hey, David, one last thing before you go. I think that our communication about Spotify is like all over the place, and maybe I'm to blame. Sorry about that. I will get back to you within the next hour with everything that we've discussed and all of the improvement suggestions in a easy to summarize, easy to understand way.
no, don't apologise. The excitation, no, the excitation. That's very French. The enthusiasm that you've brought to from Botify for everybody is absolutely brilliant. I've never had so many questions for it, which is cool. So thank you very much. Never apologise. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll get back to it in the next hour. Thank you, mate. Have a great night. Bye.
Thank you for nice community, guys. Just for David, maybe last question and leave you. Why you focused on ChatGPT? Did you try something like Open Assistant, something like open source?
Yeah, I have, and come from an open source world myself. For me, as a coder, ChatGPT has given me the best results. I have, like I said a bit earlier, tried all of the Llama models, the Alpaca model that was built. I've tried installing them all. I've tried the Open AI. Is it Open Assistant? Like you said, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, Open Assistant.
And it seems to be. I'd absolutely love to find an open source version that works as well as ChatGPT. And I should imagine in the near future there will be. It's just that ChatGPT has given me the best results so far. But that's the only reason. But I am exploring.
I fully understand, because you cannot provide such much information to Open Assistant, for example, or you need to configure it like for the trading strategies, for the scripts, etc. Yeah, thank you.
No, absolutely no problem. But like I said, I'm always exploring, and I really, if anybody wants to any time come and talk about things like ChatGPT and the future of ChatGPT or AI in trading, and anybody got any ideas, I'm quite happy to sit in here and talk for hours. I love the thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just joined like a few days ago, and this like cost all the money.
It's ChatGPT is well the future.
No, I mean about your community.
Oh, okay. So everything's good for you, enjoying it, yes? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Few days ago, and fully enjoy, and it really deserves. So,
thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have your part. I thought it was the first time that we talked. So welcome to the community, and hopefully you enjoy everything.
Yes, thank you, guys.
And hopefully you'll find lots of profit, most importantly.
My last trades was loses like more than 10K.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
There's unfortunately there is bad times with some of the strategies all the time. Yes. Right. Yeah, I don't really know how to reply to those kind of things. I apologize for anybody, but obviously it's part of the trading world. So yeah.
The guys are saying you need to lose 5 depots before you start for winning strategies or something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've as the YouTube part of the world that I've been doing, I've tested so many platforms just so that I could test them for you guys and see whether they work. And it's ridiculous the amount of things that can go wrong. I mean, the DCA and things like that, grid bots and things like that, I can tell you are absolutely nightmares when you go in the wrong direction. So hopefully you'll find the information, find the good information in the Discord here to help you find the perfect algo trading strategy. Losses are always a bad thing. I mean, I went through December myself, as I said, and luckily some of the guys in the community helped me through it. But it was December was not good for my algo trading portfolio. But other months have been absolutely fantastic. So unfortunately, you have to go through ups and downs of it all.
Good, happy to hear.
Okay, guys. Been here for one of the longer ones, 3 hours and 22 minutes. I mean, never stopped me once. I mean, I had bad throat on Monday, didn't get in on Tuesday, so I talked a lot today. So hope I brought you some information. I hope you have a great end of the week. I will do hopefully strategy for Mason for tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a nice end of the week and have a nice weekend.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Why are the streams getting so
Long one.
Yeah.